just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone, and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine, and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just want to fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly into the night. There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the light. I'm so fed up with the lies, they tell us this isn't right. It's ODG TV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my P.O. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that, fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day, with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Here's shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here again, and I got a very special guest with me tonight. My other brother from another mother, SUPERTRAMP65. Who's that, you might ask? That is Fervent Heat, aka SUPERTRAMP65. Let me bring him on here with me. What's up, Dean?
Hey, Jan, Brick, love, one love, fam. Good to see you, sweetheart. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing good. Doing great.
Well, I know people are probably a little curious about the name and what's going on with that. And because we all know you as Fervent Heat or Dino.
Yeah, it depends on if you're talking to Mel what my name is. Yeah.
Right. So for anybody who may not know or what's going on with the name thing and everything, let's just fill them all in.
Okay. Well, right on. Well, thank you, Jen, for this opportunity to break it down. You know, we've all been up here doing the One Love Brick Love for the last, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Before that, but mostly live streaming, you know, and we've seen each other's life changes through it all. You went through your life changes out there watching, and you went through them with us, as you know, we went through ours. And, you know, my last 4 years, you know, I come in as Fervent Heat. I come in like I did, and I did what I did, and I'm doing it now. It's just that I have a life transition now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm looking at it as one chapter read, another chapter to be read. And you know, this is kind of the alter ego, I guess, if you want to call it that. You know, I've always been a rolling stone. I've been back and forth across the country many times. And, you know, here I am again, you know, and I'm coming back, you know, with some life experiences and, you know, coming in as SUPERTRAMP65, you know. So bootsing on the ground with Jen.
All right, so wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt you, but so SUPERTRAMP65 is going to be like your stage name, but your channel is still Fervent Heat.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So when people want to address you, they can address you as SUPERTRAMP65 or Fervent Heat still, or would you just prefer them? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. You can see me, Fervent Heat, up there with Spartan Red, Melted Red Brick University, Chill Out Zone, Sunday Easy, Night Flight. You know.
Yeah,
so,
I just
you know,
want
it's
to make
just another.
it gets confused with the new name and how it's working out. We definitely
I owe a lot of this to you, Jen, for coming in like this with you and coming on stream. And, you know, it's just a new way to recreate.
You still there?
Yeah. You got me?
Oh, I thought you got stuck on me or something. I'm looking for our display names. I don't know why. I guess probably because I got the comment up again. Okay, there we go. Nope, maybe not. What's up, Wiley? Just got here. You're lucky. A little bit more and you'd be tardy.
Wiley.
You'd be clapping Melanie's erasers after class. Oh, Melanie needs a good clapping. She's a little dusty. Knock the dust off those erasers. Oh, man. I love you, Mel. All right. So we're promoting Dean's channel. He doesn't have any content over there now, but his link is in the pin in the chat. And it should be in the description as well. If not, it will be in there after the show for sure. But it's definitely here. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. He's going to be starting to put content over there and start to build his channel. And so we want to start getting you guys subbed over there. It doesn't mean he's going to be going live anytime soon or anything like that. He's just going to start building it. And
Well, I have time to learn my tech now. I've let go of some things that were holding me back. So now I have some time to learn my tech and put it with what we do. So
yeah, everything's working out pretty good. As far as, you know, I mean, the way everything's worked out so far, and you having the free time to do this now and everything, and you're pretty secure right now with where you're staying and all that. I mean, it's all working out perfectly. And that freedom, you know, gave us the chance to go up to CHEAHA and do a little exploring up there. That was a lot of fun. What did you think of CHEAHA?
What a great day. What a great day that was, Jen. Oh my gosh. The vibe. It was the vibe. I was just high that day. You know?
Yeah, and it was really just us up there. It was like maybe 2 or 3 other people that we saw the whole time up there, but it was like gorgeous weather, perfect. Couldn't ask for a nicer day.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
I never heard Dean say, "Oh my God," so much ever.
I know, right? Oh
Yeah,
my God. Oh my God.
So we're going to break down the melt from the building known as Mount CHEAHA. And Dean has a bunch of pictures and some footage. I have some footage and pictures as well. We're going to break down his stuff first and get into all that. I don't really have like a structure to the show where I'm going to start off with anything in particular. We're going to present our stuff, and then that'll probably be like the first hour or two. And then I may drop the link in the chat to see if anybody wants to come on and hang out for a little while. I don't know if I'll go past like 3 hours though or anything.
I love it. Love it.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah. So you want me to go ahead and grab it?
Yeah. Start getting your stuff ready. I'm going to say hi to the chat while you're doing that. Scroll up here a little bit. I saw a couple of new names. It's over here. Let's see here. We got Curtis in the house. What's up, Curtis?
Curtis 47. Love you, brother.
We got Melted Syracuse in the house. Melanie's in the house, stirring up shit as usual. Johnny B's here. What's up, Johnny? Nate's in the house. We got Kim in the house. Jamie is here. What's up, girl? Jamie is definitely my sister from another mister, for sure. Uh-oh. Who's that? Oh, my gosh. I was going to actually use that as a thumbnail tonight, but I decided to go with the other one.
Well, I love this one. It's brilliant, you know. Here we are out on top of CHEAHA, you know, just look at the day. It was just gorgeous out there. And poor Jen was trying to show me this and that, and I was just all over the place too, you know. It's, you know, just every step you took, you're just picking up brick. It's just incredible.
Every step. And every step you took, you got a different perspective on everything. It's like you move 2 feet to the right, 2 feet to the left, and everything looks different. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was just pretty amazing. And it was really fun to see Dean in action. And you really didn't get to explore a lot of Melt where you used to live. There wasn't a lot going on there. So this was a huge change for you in your life to be out and about and crawling all over the Melt.
Absolutely, Jen.
Yeah.
And this particular area is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
It was definitely structure. The whole thing that they call Mount CHEAHA and everything surrounding it clearly. But there's such clear evidence up here. It is unbelievable. Literally. It's a metallurgist's dream up here.
Yeah. This is all crystallized. All of it is solid crystal. And, you know, you got to spark it when you got it, and you got to get out there and be on the hunt for the melt. And, you know, we did it that day.
Yeah, it was fun. I know my feet were killing me when I got home. We were all over all kinds of like janky rock and stuff just everywhere. But it was a really good time because, oh yeah, look at these mortar lines, guys. It was wet in this little section. That's why it's dark there. But look at the parallel running mortar lines right there. You can see it. And this is all over CHEAHA. Perfectly parallel running mortar lines.
Yeah.
Which jackwagon geologists just say they're quartz crystal. We know better.
Yeah.
Patty's in the house. What's up, Patty? I am Kairos is here. What's up, Kairos? Good to have you back on.
Kairos, Patty. Yeah,
Johnny,
Tom Petty does know, doesn't he, Jen?
That's right. He knows for sure. I love that you have that. That's cool.
Hold on, just trying to find it. Just a second.
Take your time. Kim, I said hi to you, right? I think I did. Yeah. Just checking the chat. I hate to skip over people. What is this other name here? I'll just scroll back up. Something about the devil. Devil, it's level. Hey, devil, it's level. Idiot. I like that. That's a cool name. I could get a YouTube saying, fuck off, Lucifer.
Hold on, Jan. I'm getting there, honey.
Oh, it's all good. Take your time. We're good.
Oh, fuck.
We are good.
Melody, do this.
Dean has a tramp stamp. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Sounds like
Who
you
wrote
know,
that,
Mel.
That is Mel.
Mel wants to know. Oh, it's funny.
I'm trying to bring him up. I had to go here.
David Wayne's in the house. What's up, David? Welcome.
Hey, David.
Nate, I don't know if I said hi or not. I think I did, but welcome.
Just a second, Jan. I apologize. I'm trying to find these damn things.
Melanie said she posted something today. Yeah, Melanie, just shoot me the video link because I can't look for it right now. But if you drop that link in the message you just sent me, that'd be cool, and I'll just send it to myself over here.
I'm trying to find these. If I take too long, I'm going to have you pull up yours.
Oh, I don't even have mine ready yet, Dean.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to find them. I know I got them. Shit.
They're buried under piles of folders.
You know, it's being on the hunt. It's just you get so much stuff collected and sorting it and all this. Oh, come now.
So when I had my live stream up last night, I was premiering a live stream from 5 years ago. And even 5 years ago, I had 33 people in the chat. That's when it all started, actually. That was like one of the first times I had noticed it. I think I noticed it maybe once or twice before that, but never really mentioned it. It just caught my eye. And then I started seeing it all the time from that point on. And here we are 5 years later. You know what's going on, guys. It's going to be 33 any minute.
Oh, shoot. And hold on, honey. I'm trying to find them. We'll go this route.
Is it April yet? I wish.
This piece right here, you remember this one? I was wiping it off.
Yes.
And clearing all this off of it here. This here, we walked. This is flat on the ground here. Back here is the structure going up. But right here is a right angle. And this is renditioning on this piece right here.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a different picture than that one. What it looked like was there was this part that was raised in the center. I almost thought it was like mortar that got squished out and up or something. But
right.
It was definitely part of the structure for sure. And it was really pronounced. These to me, it looks like quartz crystal mortar lines to me. But it could be part of something else that was along the building or whatever. You're not going to believe the stuff that we saw up here, the pictures we got and stuff, guys. It's going to blow your mind.
Well, this right here is this right angle piece right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you follow it this way and it trails off into this over here. It's all attached. All of this is attached right here. And this right here is in a curved pattern. And then this goes across the top of it here. And it also extends down into here. I'm just seeing like a molding laying right here.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, Dean, if we were able to have something with us to remove the leaves away, we didn't bring anything like that, or even like a mini rake of some sort that we could bring, or something like that, like a little brush or something maybe. That would have really helped. But even without that, we got really, really good stuff. It was mind blowing, really, guys, because we went around a side that I had never been around on this mountain melted building. At least not down that trail and around as far as we went. And it was just crazy. Craziness.
God damn it. I can't find them.
Did you send them to yourself?
I sent them to you. I'm pulling them up, trying to.
Did you post any of them on Facebook? Can you go to the Facebook post or? There's that one.
Yeah, let me do.
Bring a hoe next time. Okay, Melanie, come on.
Yeah.
Get your ass on a plane and get out of here. Uh-oh, what happened? Damn it, man. Flying solo already. All right. I see what's up. All right, so I got something from Mel. Oh, here he is. He's coming back.
Yeah, and got a little excited. Got away from me a little bit there.
Okay, well, Melanie sent me something that I can bring up and play while you're trying to get your pictures together. Does that sound good?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, don't even worry about it. I got this. All right, let me grab my stuff over here. We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live. All right, I got that. Oh, it's a Melanie. Oh my, here we go. All right. All right, let me make sure I got this all set up correctly here. The volume's on. Stupid StreamYard stuff does not work the way it used to. I don't even know if I'm sharing yet. Can you guys see this on camera?
Yes.
Okay, so you see Melanie, right? Oh, there she is, right there.
Exploring Tartaria.
Melanie, you looking hot, girl. Wow, look at that.
All I see is your
Oh, you don't see her? Yeah, I thought you could see her. Maybe I didn't screen share.
No,
Right.
yeah, you
I
got
don't
a
know what's
list
going
of,
on here. Hold on. StreamYard is acting very temperamental lately with screen shares because it's got a new setup, and I do not like this new setup because it's all muffed up. Entire screen, yeah. Okay. There we go. Click that. Volume on. Okay, maybe it'll work now. There we go. Can you see it now?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Let me start it. There we go.
So, let's try
And you can hear it, right?
Yeah.
moving around, saw these structures. Let me see if I can keep my finger off the camera. But no trespassing, of course, private
Yes,
property, but I think it's okay over here. Anyway, some interesting structures here.
Oh, that thing is crazy looking.
Some different colored bricks, some pebbles, concrete above it.
What do you think that is? Like a grain, for grain or something, maybe?
Maybe some kind of storage.
Got some circles in here.
That's for the giant shafts, Melanie. Melanie's looking for the shafts.
Bunch of rubble inside. Roundup alert. More circles on this side.
What's this thing?
And then there's a couple bricks popping
That one brick popping out right there, yeah. Look at that.
out right there. Up there. Anyway, interesting spot.
Definitely, Mel. I like it. That's good. I'm gonna drop the
You're
link.
beautiful, Melanie. You're beautiful, sweetheart.
You are, girl. You got it going on. Boom, baby. There's the link to the video from Mel's channel that she just put up. Make sure you're subbed and belled over there. What's up, Tar Nation? What's going on?
Oh, I love it.
We have 33 people here, baby. You know it. That's how we
I
roll.
got the evidence pulled up on the Melted Red Brick University page, Jen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to come out of screen share. Hold on. So you got it up there, and we're going to bring that up?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm going to play something that's 45 seconds while you get that ready, that screen share, okay?
Okay.
All right.
What we found is melted glass spherules. So this is our first clue that some high temperature event had happened. What we found is melted glass spherules. So this is our first clue that some high temperature event had happened.
Temperature sufficient to melt Earth, basically. Is that what you're saying? Hot enough to melt a car into a molten puddle of metal in the parking lot.
That's right.
He
Their
said
first
it, didn't he, Jen? He said it, didn't he, Jen?
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
Yeah.
But, they're not going to tell you where the melt came from. And that's their first clue, these little glass spherules. What created this extreme heat event? There's only two ways they could go with it. It has to come from below. That would be molten core volcanic, or it would have to come from above, which is space. They're the only two options that these jackwagons would have, unless they go with flat Earth and the melt, and, the grid meltdown. What other options do they have?
Yeah.
So
Well,
these are
the evidence
alternative
speaks for itself.
historians, right? Like Graham Hancock, you consider him alternative, trying to go against the mainstream with a whole other narrative. But it is controlled opposition, just like Alex Jones would have been controlled opposition. You think you're getting somewhere with Graham Hancock, and you might get a little something somewhere, but it's not getting you fully to the truth. He's still going to tie you back to the globe model. People think Trump's here to save everything. Yeah, well, he's got a space force and he's forcing space on you. So there's that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Do you want me to bring those up?
Yeah, we're good. We're ready.
Okay.
What's up, Patty? Welcome.
All right.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's get into it.
All right. Yeah, I had to go to Melted Red Brick University homepage to find it. I posted them there.
Okay.
And here we are.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy up there because there's a hotel up there, and it's an older hotel, and they're tearing it down. So we go pull in, and there's these huge piles of rubble that was never there before. And I'm like, what is going on? And here they're tearing down the whole hotel part. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Namaste, everybody. Good love, one love to you and yours.
That's right. I'm going to get on the drive.
Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And in case you guys don't know,
according to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
that's a boom baby right there.
Just a second. Had to go back. Am I still with you?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. Yeah, this is what we saw, just walking around. It just blew me away. This is a lot of what the terrain looks like out there. You got these trees growing up everywhere. And then right in the middle of them, you have these large crystallized formations littering levels upon levels of the hillside, the mountainside, the fucking building side, all the way down.
And it's tiered. You could definitely see that it is tiered. And these things were sliding down and away from itself. But in some spots, it was still holding together on certain tiers. And you can make out even that it was like right on the edge of the cliffs, like it was coming out to points. Like it almost looked like a star fort castle building of some sort.
Yeah, got to think about it. Open your mind, expand your vision.
That's right. Because if not,
everybody's going to get fucked up.
I love me some Rip.
Again, you can see here in the back, the forest, the formations in the back. See them sticking up behind the trees? Goes all the way.
Yeah, it was like a huge debris field right here of melt. It's crazy.
Structure sinking down into the melt right there, crystallized. This flatness right here is as close as you're going to get to the stucco of this particular piece right here. You can see the C14 in the brick right here, but all this is just churned up collapse, crystallized chunks. You can even see this right angle drop on the structure down here. Color differentials. This went white crystal in here. You can see in the foreground right in front of me. This is what the terrain looked like all the way through.
All the way through. My feet were hurting from walking on all this stuff. Because you're looking at, you're like, I want to get over there. I'm trying to get over there. I want to see that. And you're like, you have to look down and navigate where you're going, but you're looking up to see where you want to get to. And it was just like, you're so excited. You're not really thinking about all that. And you get home, it's like, oh my God, my feet are killing me.
Yeah. Here's that piece with the red brick right there, Jen, that this is a huge chunk.
Yeah. Can you zoom in any tighter on that? Because you could see clearly that spot was wet. There's water coming out of that somehow right there. It was wet. But the mortar lines go straight from that wet part all the way through. You follow the lines for sure.
Yeah. All through here. Right here. All this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these boulders were massive. Oh my God. You guys, there's like 50 feet high, some of this stuff. It's crazy.
Spark them if you got them, fam. Jen did.
Okay, so this one here, it looks weird, but I was on a cliff right here, and I did not want to walk to the edge and look down because I have vertigo. Okay, so my best thing was to lay down on this thing and lean over it and video it, and that's what I was doing because I probably would have fell over. That wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, it was pretty steep.
Yeah, it was. I don't do steep. Steep and me don't get along. All right, so this one here, oh my gosh. We were down in the debris and we're looking up at this massive outcropping of stuff, and we noticed that there was this arch, and we're like, that looked like an arch that had slid over and melted over and was on its way down, but it stopped. And so we got up there, and you could squeeze in here under the arch, and that's what I was doing there. And I got some pretty cool stuff. Now, if you look right there, you can see the white mortar lines. You can see that it almost looks like, the brick lines right there. It was like a big blob of mortar.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, look at that.
And it just came down, folded down on itself.
There's so much red up there too. Even in stuff like this embedded in it, there's always red popping out. You can see where the red melted into the mortar, and now it looks like rose quartz.
Yeah,
which is what they would call it. The pink quartz is rose quartz. It's just the brick bleeding into it.
Yeah. And if you look right here, this one on the right, see how it comes out and takes a drop down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a right angle. Crystallized.
It looked like a doorway or something, didn't it?
Yeah, right here, actually, you can see back in here how it's dark. It goes back down in there. Yeah. This is a molding right here above the top. This is a crystallized molding. Look.
Yeah.
See the shape of it on the outside left right here, how it comes and forms this right angle drop in here. And you got the underneath of the molding right here. This is a structure. This isn't geology. All this back here, look back here, more right angle molding. See it? This is all crystallized. All this is one piece in here, part of the same structure.
Definitely muffed up. Definitely muffed up.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
Got to think about it. Trust yourself.
And you know, when you get up there, and if you have any doubt that, and if you know about melted buildings, but if you have any doubt that you're on one up here, the mortar lines alone will convince you. Because the further you go in on this, the more the mortar lines start popping out everywhere, and they are everywhere.
Yeah. Here's you going through. Didn't you come through and then go in here, or did we? This is where we climbed down.
No, I was already through the arch and getting to the other side there where the other brick was. So I was kind of like in between a rock and a hard place here. It was crazy though.
Texture on both sides. I mean, look at that. That's all That's all red brick.
It sure is.
And the chunks.
Motherfucker.
Sorry, stepped on you.
No, you're good. I love it. I love it. Look at this. That's a fucking picture right there.
Yeah, I was telling Dean there at that point that you could see the brick under the best places to see and catch stuff is at the underbellies of these huge outcroppings. If you can see under any of this stuff wherever you're at, that's where you usually find, like, you know, the aha moments and stuff. And that's what I was seeing under there. I think you got some good pictures of that when you got under there too, right? You were throwing water on it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the texture on this piece in the front right here. Just look at that. And this is from down. I'm down below here looking up at Jen, and she's right up in here crawling out of this spot right here. This is all structure. It's all fucking building. All of it.
And you can see the arch, the formation of the arch right behind me there on that side really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right angle melt right here. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks like it could have been like a doorway or maybe a window or something. You know, it almost looked like a dolmen at this point. You know the dolmens? You heard of a dolmen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that at the stage that it's at here, you know, at the final stage of the melt. But, you know, originally it was probably either a doorway of some sort or maybe even a window. Who knows?
It was an aperture for sure. We got this straight piece right here once again. And then this side on the left, this is all expanded. See how it's white? And this has got some C14. You got the block layer in here. But this is underneath. This went extremely hot. You can tell by the white color crystals, the temperature differentials in that. And it expanded out and it dropped. The top drops down on it. It's smashing it actually. It's squishing it, which is probably why the heat temperatures heated up more in this spot right here. Because of this above the weight was coming down on it.
Yep.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
And this got really hot in here and expanded. You can still see some lines, some block lines in it right there, right there, right there. It's squeezing it.
Squeezing the melt.
Yeah, baby. Again, down here at the bottom, look how it dropped right here and shifted out and over. Got stuck, jammed up right there. This one come down, is tilting to the right, got jammed up there.
You can see the brick. Look, right there, you can see the brick pattern.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, this chunk this is another molding.
Yeah,
right.
This looks like the columns you were talking about.
Yep. This
We've
is
climbed
all
all over
one. Yeah. It fractured here in the middle. Tree growing up through the fracture. But this is all one chunk right here. And I contend it was a molding piece for the part of the structure up here. Because look how it's coming down into it. The way it's laying, it's leaning down and back. These lines are kicking up right here.
Yeah, it was sliding down in a way, but as it was sliding down, it was pushing up, like coming on it up, like say if it fell back on its rear end and it was sliding down that way, kind of.
Yeah,
But it
absolutely.
would have been back up the hill and upright level.
Yeah. And there's an opening right here where the tree's coming out.
Mm-hmm. You could follow the flow of the melt. You could see it. You can almost envision the motion of it.
Yeah. The texture of this corner piece right here. And this is a wall. This goes down, I'd say, what, 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
This piece we were on, but the text, it'll show the texture of it right here.
Yeah.
You can see the wall going back this way. It goes all the way back there. This is all structure. All of it.
All of it.
And the corner, and it's starfording down here. See this corner piece here? How it's jutting out. We got this angle to this right here. Expansion.
Yeah, Pyros exploring is fun. It was a lot of fun. And it's healthy, you know, you're getting out, you're exercising. It's a beautiful day. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah. This piece, I was standing up above looking down. This goes, I'd say,
Yeah, I remember this piece.
15 feet.
Yeah, it was a straight wall. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. But you can see down here, C14, just crystallized. All of this, everything up on top is crystallized. Everything is.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. See?
Sitting on the melt.
Yep.
I had a heck of a time getting up there because there was all these branches and stuff in my way. Yeah, so here you can see this is the top of the flow coming down. From the last couple of pictures, we were down on the ground below this thing. But standing up on this, you could see how it was just flowing over itself. It was really apparent. It's crazy. And I'd never been over to this side of the stuff. So it was all new for me, too, which was really fun.
I think you might be able to see some water. This was really wet. You were right.
Yeah. I don't know why it was really wet just right there, but it was.
Boom, baby.
That's right. So here I think I was between those two rocks still coming out of that hole, I guess. That I don't know. I was in and out of so many holes. I feel like a golf ball.
Yeah. I was walking by and here comes Jen coming up out of there. All of it crystallized. All of this is melt flow. Indeed. Look.
Yeah, that is really intriguing right there. Now, some people might think that looks like petrified wood and all that, you know, and I could see if they didn't have the knowledge that we have, they could think that, but it's not. It's definitely not, because trees and petrified trees do not have melted brick and mortar in them.
No. And this is attached to back here too. It goes up to there's more it's attached to. This is coming down. And we have our lines like column pieces. See the lines in that? Boom, 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 boom.
Definitely had a column look to it for sure.
Yeah. And then this straight edge or this curved edge coming all the way here. Plus we have another chunk. See this chunk right here? In the leaves, it comes off of it. You can see fucking brick line in there. You can see brick in that.
And the time that we went, I mean, there was no bugs. It was 72 degrees. There was no wind. It was just gorgeous up there. If we go any later, like more towards April and into the end of April, it starts getting really buggy and you're stirring up the leaves. There's gnats and all kinds of stuff to come up. Because I've been there at all different times. So this was like the ideal time to be there. There was no around. First off, it was completely fucking silent. Like you would have thought Dogman was around somewhere. That's how fucking silent it was. But it was such a peaceful silence. It was really beautiful. It was a stillness. It was very still.
But yeah, this is you going down under in here.
Yeah, this is the other side. You can see it was an arch at one time.
Yeah.
There's just enough room to get under there. And I'm claustrophobic, guys. There's no way on a normal day that I would want this much rock of a melted building being, I would go under it and know that thing is like if it would have decided to slide, I would have been crushed. But I went in there and I was too excited. I didn't care.
Yeah, you're right, though. This is one huge part of an arch piece.
Yeah.
It's all one solid, this rose looking stuff up top. And it goes way back here. It goes way more back over on the right side. But you can see
right up into the underbelly of this arch. Once I get under there and I look at the ceiling above me as I'm scooching through, it's just mortar lines, and red and mortar lines.
Well, there it is. There's you going through right there.
Yeah, can you zoom in on that right there? The edge with the white lines right there. Let me get Jamie's comment off. Look at that, guys. That's a big, huge blob of mortar, and you can still make out the lines.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because that's the first thing I saw when I got up there. I was like, oh my God, you got to see this. It never disappoints up there. That's for sure. No matter how many times I go up there, never disappoints.
And you can see how big these chunks are. Jen's standing on top right here. And you can climb and go more to the left. There's much more.
Yeah, that was the cool part about it, is that you can climb all over this stuff, you know, and get all these different perspectives and stuff. Climbing the melt.
There's that you went under in here. I backed up a little bit and took this one.
Yeah.
You can see the structure to the left. It's all brick. It's all fucking crystallized building behind the trees. And then over here, more crystallized, big arch. See the back part of the arch up here? Look.
Yeah, you're the one who noticed that, I think. You were showing it to me, and I'm like,
yeah.
Is that an arch? It looks like an arch. It looks like we can get in there.
And down here at the bottom, see how the arch, it comes this way with my cursor?
Uh-huh.
Right here's a corner. It goes back this way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the corner of this top section here. The arch span probably from here all the way back over into here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But then the structure took an angle and went back this way.
Yep. And then the rest of it's just gone. It's just melted away.
Yeah.
This thing would have kept going. This thing would have slid down and would have been further down away from us in the melt, because you could see how everything was melting, sliding and sliding away from itself too.
Yeah.
Down each tier, because it was definitely tiered for sure.
Yeah. The texture on this piece here, this big slab, this is way up there. Look, here's Jen's water bottle up here and her arm, but all this down here is the top.
I don't know, Kairos, if there's any mines around CHEAHA, but there are a lot of caves. And I mean, I don't know. I've never been to the caves around CHEAHA, but I know there's caves. I don't know if they're still accessible. Mammoth Cave is in northern Alabama. I'm in like northeast Alabama. Definitely going to try to get to Mammoth Cave for sure. I know there's caves. There's small caves, nothing very big. I've been in a couple of them up here. There's like you go in like a couple of feet and that's it. But I'll have to look into the mines if there's any mining that are old mines that are around here. So I don't recall. Mark Galat would know.
This is the end corner piece of this large wall you're standing on top of. You can see the separation, the background to the foreground.
Yeah.
In this. But it's a wall. This goes back this way. This goes back, and then there's a back part this way. And then we can see the bottom block. Fuck. Hold on. Well, you can see the bottom block down below.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, I'm going to get my stuff set up for my screen share when we get over to there. I'm just going to be doing that while you're talking.
All right.
You have some videos, right?
No, I don't have any videos right now, Jan.
Okay.
I don't.
No problem. I'm going to get my stuff
But
set
I
up.
will. I will be getting those soon.
A couple of these are ones that you already took and showed, so I don't want to show those ones. Let me see here. Let's see here. Got that one. This one, this one, this one, this one. Now there's cabins up there. And from what I can tell, and Patty's a witness to this because Patty has been there and she agrees as far as I remember. Patty, if you disagree, let me know. But from what I remember, we agreed that these cabins are original and all they did was refurbish them for tourism and, renting to stay up there. I also took Dean over to the melted house that they say is a retaining pond.
Oh, yes.
You got pictures of that, don't you, Dean?
On my phone. I haven't transferred them yet.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I'll get them up.
All right, I'm getting my pictures already here. A couple of videos and stuff. I saw Curtis's pattern up there for sure. It was a giant one. It's crazy. I said, Dean, look at that straight ahead. Look at that. I mean, I'm sure it was everywhere, but I really took note of it on that wall, that big, huge wall that was in front of us. Wow, I'm already up to 102 pictures here. A couple of videos. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Where are we at here? Oh, there we are. All right, hold on a second. Let me come off of this and get back over to the two. There we go. All right, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Rick, love everybody out there. Thank you for watching. Yeah, it's Fervant Heat, SUPERTRAMP65 up here with Jan, breaking down our day. And I tell you what, it was absolutely wonderful, incredible.
Man, I got a lot of pictures. Holy crap. I didn't even know I took this many. So, Dean, do you remember when I took you to the parking lot and we got out and I took you over to the edge? Patty, you were there. You saw the parking lot. We were looking down the side and I fell down into a huge pile of leaves.
Yeah.
Well, I was showing him. When you look over the side of the parking lot, it's tiered down. So you're looking over the edge and there's a whole muffed up wall there. That parking lot, if Curtis was there, I'm sure he would say that asphalt is original. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it definitely looked like what you would consider to be old world asphalt. It had like those little chunks of pebbles in it, like the whitish looking stuff. And it was kind of like, it looked like it maybe was darker black at one time, but now it's like a lighter gray, this old asphalt shit. And that's what the parking lot's sitting on. And then everything around it is all muffed up and melted. So there's that. It's just like crazy. All right. I think I got it all. 183 pictures. Damn it, man. Okay.
183.
Yeah, plus a bunch of videos. All right, so all right, let's see here. Bring my stuff up and get it set up, and then is it over there? Okay, hold on, and we'll get into this. I'm still waiting for it to load over. I said so much stuff, it's got to load. All right, let me come back over to StreamYard. We are at 1 hour. Yeah, it is amazing stuff. To see it up close and crawl all over it, there's no denying it. And the thing that always gets me at CHEAHA is the mortar lines. And when you see my pictures, guys, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be like, mortar line, mortar line, mortar line, mortar line. There's so many, you get tired of taking pictures of them because that's all you see. And so it's more, some places are more transition. Some people are more melted brick. This is mostly mortar lines up here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can tell that the rest of the stuff's melted and everything. And maybe you'll get a glimpse of brick maybe here and there and some red smeared into the globule of a boulder of some. But the mortar lines are everywhere and they're undeniable. According to the geologist narrative, they're just straight parallel running, crystal veins, perfectly lined out, just like a brick pad. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Even the ones that are all wavy and muffed up are still paralleling each other and stuff perfectly. All right. Just waiting for them to get over to Facebook. I sent myself so much stuff. It hasn't even made it over here yet.
I'm getting some stuff pulled up of that area you pulled over. You were just talking about.
Yeah. Yes, that was good. The melted house. All right, I'm looking over here. See what's going on. All right, looks like my stuff's starting to come through now. So I got a couple of videos here. Well, at least one anyway. Oh, this one's for Curtis. All right, I'll present this one real quick. Yes, Steve is taking a break from YouTube. He's doing well. He's just doing Steve. You know, he's got stuff going on, life going on. And I'm sure if he ever returns, you know, I'll be one of the first to know, and you guys will know next. I do miss Steve, though. Steve JMO and I, we really, just like Shapu, you know, we put out some really good research and putting us together, which, you know, Brian Stavely turned me on to Steve. He's like, look, this guy's live right now. It was middle of the afternoon. It was like 2 PM he was live. And he's like, there's 10 people in his chat. He's like, check them out. I think you'll like them, right? It's like, go over there, check him out. As soon as I heard him talk, I was like, something about his voice and the way he was breaking stuff down. And then to find out he was only 24 years old, I was like, damn, because you could tell that he had a lot of knowledge for 24 years old. And he was not fitting in with the regular 24-year-olds of, you know, that he's used to dealing with. And to hear somebody at that age be that knowledgeable about stuff and has so much figured out, and seeing how he's dealing with his social circles and stuff, his peer groups and everything, and trying to explain some of this stuff out and dealing with the disappointment of people not understanding or not wanting to know, or now he's suddenly the crazy guy, you know, or whatever. And him and I really got into the whole cemetery thing. If you guys remember on that live stream that I premiered, I mentioned cemeteries that live stream to him, and that's only the second one we had done. And that was the first time that I ever voiced my theory on the cemeteries. Something never added up with them. I wasn't at the point yet where the tech itself was in the cemeteries. I was already being drawn to the cemeteries because of the fact that where is everybody? And these are the same fucking cemeteries from the 1800s. They're not full. And there's no new cemeteries. So where the fuck is everybody? Okay. And that's when I started to realize, you know, there's more going on in these cemeteries than just burials. Okay. It seems to be a tech graveyard where the tech goes to die, more likely. All
right. I remember that. I remember you talking about that many times.
Yeah. Can you see this?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta close this out for a second. That wasn't working. Maybe if I send it over here. Let me see here. Oh, I'm having technical difficulties tonight. Let's see here. Maybe that'll work. That's that one. All right. Where'd she go? There she is. All right, here's a short one we're going to check out real quick.
Renditioning coming out. Look at the edge on this.
Oh, there it is.
The edge
Wow.
on this.
Yep.
Look at this.
That's that one I was showing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Every day of the week. Yeah, the first pictures he was showing earlier, guys, this is the video I took of it.
Oh, man. You know, cleaning it off, you can get rid of this shit. And you can see the fucking this.
He was freaking out, guys.
Yeah. That's a molding.
So awesome to watch. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See it? It's a molding.
Oh, look, it's even further up here. Look at how it's all wavy up in this thing here.
Yeah.
Right up to that.
Yeah, look at that. All this renditioning coming out.
He's so excited.
Oh, God. I was all over it.
Okay, so that one was this one, I think, right? Let me see here. Where am I at? All right. Let me play that one real quick. Yeah, that's a different one. All right, so. Oh, remember this piece, Dean? This was crazy.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's the arch that we were under. So we're out of the arch now.
So quiet.
Downward. And there's this.
You literally don't hear anything. Look at this fucking shit. Guys, look at this.
Again, right there. Look at all the mortar. That's all mortar, guys.
Yeah. It's just incredible. And this is very cold to the touch. All of it was like very cool.
See how quiet it is just on the video?
So quiet.
There was no
You
sound.
literally don't hear anything. Look at this fucking shit. Guys, look at this.
I know. I just played through again. So let me go like this here and play this one. So here
Look at how far up we are. I mean, this is crazy right now. Wow. It's so quiet up here, too. I love it. You see how hazy it is? We're up in that haze I was telling you about down there.
Yeah.
It's a little hazy, and it seems to have gotten worse, even. Wow. I would show you Oxford, but you can't really see it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go down here and walk to this edge.
Look at that.
Look at this. Wow. Wow, that's a long way down.
When you go down there, just take a seat on those roots between those trees.
Okay.
You make your way down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I am.
Go down there and stand between those trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta come out here. What do you want me to do? You want me to sit here?
2 shots standing right there. And then right between the tree where the roots are.
Okay.
The angle of everything is just massive out there.
I'm videoing you take a picture of me to send to Curtis. Look at this. This is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Every step you take, it's different. You just get different vantage of everything. I say we have 2026 meetup up here. These guys.
Wow.
We're 2,400 feet up. This is the highest point in Alabama. It's about, I don't know.
Wow. Dude, you gotta come out here.
9 miles from my house.
Holy shit. You see this shit? Okay. I'm not even gonna stand. I'm gonna lay down on my stomach and look at this shit because this is too fucking scary. What? Wow. Look at how far down it goes. This melt was like just sliding down.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so crazy how it's tiered. You can see it. Dean, you gotta come see this. This is nuts.
Yeah, you got to watch your step on that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let me see. I hope I didn't skip anything. What's this one? Yeah, I think we didn't see this one yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the drop and flow of the debris flying passing down through.
Yeah.
The elevation goes down quick.
It does. It gets really steep really quickly.
That's a short one right there. I was trying to only take small videos. I didn't have a lot of storage on my phone.
Look at all that. Oh my God, look at all that. That's all melted building in front of us.
a wall of it.
One more time, Dean.
Saying, oh my God.
Oh my God. Look at this debris field. We're melted debris field.
If you look at your skyline right there, you see that big chunk that's kind of leaning over right there.
Yeah, like another arch thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking just leaning down and kind of all this debris.
Okay, so that one just played through, and I think we want to go to. Let me look at this one, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, like even right here on this boulder right in front of us here, you can see the white mortar lines here. A little sketchy, janky, but it's right there. But they're all over the place. Everywhere. And this melt right here was crazy. You could see that it was just, it was beginning, it looked like it would have kept going. It would have rock curtained over itself because this melt was just sliding down.
And watch, you don't twist your ankle on this stuff. Holy shit. This gets crazier and crazier. I've never been over here before. Wow. Massive, massive fucking slide right here. Melt.
Yeah. We're walking right below the top of the
veins right here, which are just mortar lines. There's some right here. Holy moly. Look at this, Dean. Holy crap.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Just
every step you took, you saw another. It's just so much.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Just chunks laying everywhere. Look at that. All melted building.
All of it.
Oh, there's crazy mortar lines over here. I gotta get up here. Oh, look at those chumpies right there.
Yeah.
Boom, baby. That's mortar lines every day of the week. Look, right here. Mortar lines. Mortar lines. Parallel running mortar lines. I call them quartz crystal. Now, jackwagon geologists should be fired. Oh, Dean. Holy fucking shit. This was an arch. This whole thing was an arch. Look, it's right there. Holy shit. How am I going to get up here? I gotta
She's so excited. Wow, man.
No, I have to get over to this arch. Now I got to figure out how I'm getting over to this arch.
I can't even zoom in more on this. What's wrong with my camera? Look at that, guys.
Of course it is. Look at what. Oh my God.
We could go up that a little and look under it because there's a little way up there. I'm going to try to scale it.
Thank you, Karen, and everybody in the chat. I love you so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I can't see the chat right now. Dean's keeping an eye on it for me, though. Thanks, Dean.
Oh, for sure.
Great
It's
dialogue.
slid down this way and it's fallen over. If it would have kept going, it would have wound up down there somewhere. And look at that huge chunk sticking out way down there from us. Look at it, hanging out in the air down there, off the side. Wow.
So this right here leads out to a cliff, and it drops down again and again. It's all tiered up, guys, this whole thing.
Yeah.
And that blob in front of us where we're heading over to the arch, that would have been way up and higher. So we're seeing the melted down version of it. It had to have been maybe 3 to 5 times higher than what we're seeing what's left of this melt.
Right.
That's why we need a drone.
This is the corner.
I gotta go up here. Yeah, I'm climbing up here.
Sorry, guys. I didn't
Going up, guys. Going up. Holy shit, I'm going up. All right. I don't know how loose this stuff is. We just had a big storm come through. More mortar lines, perfectly parallel mortar lines right here.
Look at that.
Right here. Oh, Dean, you gotta come up here. Look at this shit. Oh my God. Red motherfucking brick. Red motherfucking brick. Look at these mortar lines in here, Dean. This is all quartz crystal according to them, but this is a huge glob of fucking mortar lines right here. I'm going under.
Okay.
Going in. Going in, guys. Fuck. Oh my God. Dean, you're not going to believe what I'm seeing on the other side of this thing.
That was so fun.
It's always under the underbellies of these outcroppings that you find the best fucking shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, get up in it. You gotta get up in it.
Look at that fucking shit.
You gotta get in there and get it. If this fucking thing moves and starts sliding, I'm dead. But there's huge border lines over here. I hope these guys see. Johnny Cool's not here to help me out. Holy sh!
Look at that.
Look at. Can you see them from where you're at? These mortar lines.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not doing 3, but I'm coming in.
Look at me. Video on mortar lines going right over my head right now.
Love that.
Look at the C14 in that.
Yeah.
That was going Curtis.
Look at this. Look at all this red in here. Oh my God, Dean, you gotta get in here.
Let me hand
You
you my
gotta get in here. Look at this shit. Holy fucking shit.
Oh, I see it. Oh, get in there again. Oh my God.
That's brick, guys.
Hand you my phone.
Yeah.
That's brick and that's mortar.
Stay right there.
Every day of the week.
Stay right there.
Yeah. Right there, you see it. I know you see it. It's right there. They can't miss it. And I am between a rock and a hard place. Fucking literally. Right now. I'm like laying here. Look at this. Between all this. This is where I'm at, guys. I'm in here.
Hey, Jan.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Yeah. Wow. Dean, you can see fucking brick in here. Like, I got it all on camera here. I'll take.
Okay, so that's how.
That was good. That was so
Yeah, that
much.
was like my longest video, I think.
All the excitement was just something.
Off the charts. Yeah. I think we got to go to this one next, maybe. Oh, yeah. We already saw this one. Okay. So let's go this one.
These Colorado Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
These kind of trident trees manipulated by Sasquatch.
Really?
Where you see those big X's Patty was talking about last night on the stream about the
Yeah.
massive trees that are just making a fucking X out in the middle of
Right,
nowhere.
but do you think this is natural or this was manipulated
In the chat,
at some
man.
point in its growth?
This
Remember,
kind of stuff I'm unsure about. I do.
when we
know.
had the meetup up here 2023, we were look, there's 33 in the chat right now, guys. If I take any more screenshots of 33 in my chat, I'm not gonna have any space on my phone. There's 33 in chat right now. Johnny Cool was at the meetup 2023. So was Patty. So was Steffi Davis. So was Mark Galat. And so was Jeremy from I Want to Know More. And Johnny's 2 beautiful girls were there. And we're at the parking lot looking over the side, seeing that wall that I was just telling you guys about under the parking lot. I don't know if he jumped down first or what, but I wanted to go down there and I jumped down and I went whoop right into the leaves. And I'm only 5'3". I think they came right up to my waist or something, but I was in there and I couldn't get out.
Right.
Made my way up on this, I don't know, like down tree that was there. And it's still there, by the way. I got to climb up on that. I think Patty or somebody grabbed my hand, but Johnny was behind me in the leaves having to push me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't around this day, though, to help if I got stuck.
Know as a grower that you can manipulate things when
Yeah,
they grow.
absolutely.
So, but the thing that's intriguing to me is when you see a tree like this.
Yeah.
And it's going sideways through the fucking canopy of the woods.
Yeah, this thing's
Stuff 8
crazy.
feet above ground.
Yeah, or a tree that's been taken out of the ground and put in
Yeah,
upside down trees, giant trees. Like, who the hell's doing that? Yeah.
I want to snap this right here because this really looks
Good to see you in the chat, Johnny Cool. I can't wait to meet you, brother.
This is the top of a mold. This whole piece right here that we're on. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
This whole piece right here that we're on is the top of the molding. I'm looking down this way and I'm seeing the flatness of it.
Yeah.
It comes up. And when I look at it from this angle, I see renditioning towards the back part of it. See how it goes lips over, then comes and lips over?
You were all over this. I loved just filming you, breaking it all down. It was epic. I got to say. It was really cool to see you so in the moment, Dean, and just, I don't know, it's just like, it was amazing.
You're like in a 1, 2, 3 pattern.
I was in my element. I just love that day.
Yeah, you were. You were definitely in your element for sure. And we'll be going back real soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this expansion is the molding melted here. This is all part of a massive fucking molding to a building.
This is not a mountain. This is a building. It's building CHEAHA building.
These things are fucking incredible. This is the kind of evidence that just lays out in the middle of nowhere that is so fucked. Shawnee B, I'll tell you what, brother, I love your work. You inspire me too. Look at this. Look at this. Fuck.
See the shape of it? That's a chunk of molding.
Mm-hmm.
Huge, crystallized.
Yeah, this is all part of the molding. I can see a band in Colorado that.
There's some crazy trees up there too.
Oh yeah.
Did we see this one? Let's see what this is.
Holy shit.
Straight motherfucking balling. That's a straight wall. That was a far one.
Straight motherfucking balling.
Wow. We are on the melt, guys. Look at this. Melted mortar. I'm still recording. Looks like I am.
This is the shell.
It sure is. Be careful.
This is all the shell back there. All of this is this section of a rendition, a part of the structure. See the shape of it? The right angle right here. See the foreground here?
Yes.
How it leans down in and down. And look at the top of it, how it kind of goes
Yep,
in a
heard of
nice
CHEAHA Castle.
flow.
Yeah.
Then you get a change in it right there where that piece is jutting out. Okay, this is the front entrance of a facade. There's an opening under here.
I bet there is.
There's an opening under here. This came down and sealed it off. This is part of the top of this.
Yeah.
This came down. There's so much more down below here. There is so much more down below here.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I was just so fucking amazed
Your
at
eyes blew away.
what I was walking on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
When you see this with boots on the ground and you're actually looking
Okay, that's you talking.
at it.
Okay, so that was that one. I'm sorry those short videos, guys, but I just didn't want to lose space on my storage because I was really running low. I'm surprised I got this much video at all.
With my eyes, with my feet, with my balance, and you can see clearly that this is sank down and is coming forward this way.
What's up,
Yeah.
CFM? You are tardy.
Hey, ceiling fan man, good to see you, brother.
Little tardy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this chunk's part of that.
Yeah, it just melted away and slid down more. Yeah. See, when you stand right here and look back where we came from, you can see that wall jutting out. You can definitely see it's like a sedimentary layer looking right there, right between these two trees, straight ahead, right there.
Yeah.
This was just the other day, Karen. Jen and I were out just a few days ago up here.
You're
right there.
very tardy.
You ain't seen nothing.
I'm in screen share. I can't hit the drop.
Eyes, with my feet, with my balance.
All right, so that was that one. Let's see what this one is. Here we're just walking down the trail. I don't think there's much on this video. Let's see a mortar line or something. It was such a perfect day. Perfect temperature, everything.
Trees are crazy.
We had some huge storms roll through here recently, and there's just trees down everywhere.
Yeah. And well, we walked maybe a half a mile.
Yeah.
Well, the trail goes off that way, and that way takes us back up over there. I don't know where that goes. I've never been down there, but we want to go that way. But let's just take a quick walk around this corner here and just see what's going on.
And all that around the corner is what I just showed you guys in all these other videos. This is the trail that leads around that, all that stuff we just looked at.
We're going to come right back around to that.
We're over there. So
Yeah.
On the outskirts going down this way.
Yeah, we're following the flow.
Yeah.
Seeing what's around this corner down here, because I've never been down here before. Look at the red net right there. I'm recording? Yeah, I am. Wow. Ooh, okay. Ooh, where are we going here? Oh, I know where we're at. We're on the other side of this thing here. We'll be walking up there soon. Look at this, Dean. Look at this shit. Look at this building melt right here. Holy moly. Okay? Just wow. Yeah, we're going up that.
Oh yeah, I remember
We're
this.
going up that.
Okay. All right. That one's over. All right. So let's go to this one.
Renditioning.
Okay,
Look at the edge on.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So now we're into the pictures. Okay. Remember we were down on the ground looking up and we could see the red way up above us. I zoomed in on it. But you can see the red there, all right in here. There's a lot of branches in the way. My camera's not the greatest. Okay, so we're here. Develop these ones. I think we're going this way. So here you can see this big blob was melting down here. It would have kept going and sliding down, but you know, it was crazy looking. The pictures really don't do it justice. Okay, here's those mortar lines that I was pointing out earlier. I think I could zoom in on this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Look, just look at it. So the lines come from this angle here, come in, and then right angle and come this way. Every one of them perfectly parallel, coming around this way, coming around this way, coming back around. This is the same spacing as bricks, brick and mortar. Same spacing, parallel running mortar. They say that this is quartz veins. Bullshit. You can see the mortar line right here even. Perfect. Red still all in there. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Cooked out C14 in the crystallization. Brick mortar line right there where Jen's breaking it down. To touch it and to feel how cool it was, and it's just incredible.
And how perfect they are. I mean, within all this melt, and the brick ain't even there anymore, but the mortar lines remained. And like I said, they're always the same thickness. They're always the same spacing. I have other spots that we've been to. Patty was with us. She saw on this other side where Jeremy had found the spot where there were perfect mortar lines. And they weren't just parallel. They were horizontal as well. Because when you look at a brick wall, you got the parallel line. I mean, the horizontal lines, and then the vertical, and then the horizontal and vertical. And they still remain everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah. This is looking straight up this sheer face here of this massive chunk of building that's melted.
Yeah. You can see the undulation of the expansion in it.
It's like, I don't know, 30 feet high. I don't know. It's pretty high.
See how it's eggshelling in the expansion? Brick, brick, brick all the way up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, that's another shot of the perfectly parallel horizontal. I mean, you can even make them out up here. It goes up and up. This was just a wet shot. You see it really good. We didn't wet it. We had water with us. We did wet a few things, but this is clearly crystallized mortar.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you can make out some of the brick, but the mortar is right there. That's just as good proof as seeing a brick. Okay, so here was that red spot I was showing earlier. This boulder here had the mortar lines on it. So here you can see the red still. I'll zoom in. So you can see the red up under there. But over here, you can make out the mortar lines once again. And here, look, you can see one here, and then the line in between, just like you would see in a brick wall.
Yep.
They're everywhere, guys. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. You think in all this geological whatever that quartz crystal just came along and perfectly plopped itself down, paralleling each? I don't think so.
No.
Make it make sense. All right. That did not take millions of years to form.
No.
All right, here we go. I don't know what I was taking a picture of here. I think it was something in here or something, maybe.
C14 crystallized chunks. You see brick right there in the crystallization.
Yeah, and you can see 3 mortar lines here. They're kind of coming in and going this way and getting wonky, but they're still paralleling each other. There's 1, 2, 3 right here. You can see them like a crow's foot.
Yeah.
Even here, you can see one running through here. Dean mesmerized by the melt.
Oh, yeah.
Having a holy shit moment.
Absolutely. Look at that. I was just amazed.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, here's more thick mortar lines running through stuff. You can see this one's on the ground. There's my foot. We're looking down at it. Perfectly paralleling each other. Again, what are the odds? Okay. Come on. It's mortar lines for sure.
Yeah.
You can see it up here. Okay, so you got a line here. You got a line coming down here. You got a line here. You got another line coming down here. You got a line here. I mean, make it make sense. Mortar is the only thing that makes sense because this is a fucking melted building every day of the week. Look at this.
Yeah. Right there. Bam. Look at that, man.
Boom, baby. Another one on the ground again. There's my foot. Nice chunk with mortar lines in it. And there's one here by my foot too, right here. There's a piece of wall sticking out here.
Yeah.
It was a little ways away. I had to zoom in on this one. It was away from us.
Yeah.
You see a right angle here. Look, right here. It looks like a brick right there.
And that was out on the edge because if you look past it, it goes way down fast.
Yeah, it just drops. Yeah. So this was one tier, and then it tiered up to the next level of melt, and then up again. And we were at the tippy top.
Yeah.
Again, more mortar lines. These ones are a little bit more wonky and melted out, but they still retain some of their structure there of being brick and mortar.
Yep.
Okay, now this is very interesting. We were standing away from this thing looking at it. I zoomed in on it. This is a node.
Yes,
So,
I remember that.
yeah, it was right in front of us. I'm like, look at that. It was huge. This thing is massive, right? So here you got your hourglass thing that comes down here. Like Curtis is always pointing out, here's the hourglass, and here's the 2 points coming in right here. Boom. There's your 0 point right there in the center. Boom, baby.
Absolutely, man. It's right there.
It's right freaking there. Look at it.
Look at that. Nice. Very
Yeah,
good.
it was a good one. I was like, Dean, look, just look right there. It's a freaking node.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can see the crystallization forming through it.
Yeah, you see how wavy it was getting through here and stuff. It's crazy looking, but there it is.
It is.
That's back a little further from it.
Yeah, that's a good one right there, Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because that foreground on the right pops the background with the node forming back there.
It was noding out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so this is the original where I was standing and we're talking, and I look up and I'm like, oh my God, look at that. And like I was zooming in and stuff. Yeah, it's a good one. There's some really sussy looking stuff right here, like right angle, elongated stuff. It almost looked like it was beveled right here on this piece. Beveled in right here.
Yeah.
Through here, you can see more like brick layers and stuff all coming through here. You really got to like look because there's a lot of lichen stuff on it and everything, but it's there. It's another one. I think I did something with the color on that one to bring it out a little bit more. And this was, remember we got to that one spot. I was just trying to get this one picture. We couldn't go any further because it was just too treacherous. But I wanted to get that slide. You can see the slide of the the melted brick layers, which they would say are sedimentary, like sliding down on themselves, coming down, but then it all stopped, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just all stacked up right there like pancakes. There's another one of it.
Yeah, just collapse. Implosion.
Yep. Where are we at here? Okay, this was interesting too. Curtis, you can weigh in on this. I was noticing these two huge boulders right here and how they were like pointing in at each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if they broke in half and landed like that, or they're being pulled in like nodes, like we just saw. It was just interesting to see it all pulled into the center piece right here. It looks like you can see mortar lines through there too. Can I go in any further? Okay, yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mortar lines right here. They probably, if you really look close, run straight through, but definitely you can see them here paralleling each other.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah, that's surface melt right there on top. Those are huge chunks. You can see the buoyancy and density took over. See how they're angled? They're dropping down. These are still very heavy. So they're dropping down in what's underneath it. And that's why you got that angle. It's like a fracture in it right there, it looks like.
Yeah, they look pretty like kind of precarious sitting there like that. It's crazy looking. Okay, this was cool. This is the piece we took home. Isn't this the piece you pulled out of the ground?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Look at this, guys.
Yep.
Red brick, red motherfucking brick, and mortar right there. We took this piece with us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is up under the walkway that you could take. Clearly, we weren't taking it. We were more interested in this melt flow that was flowing under the walkway because you could see how it was flowing down. Now, we were on the other side of this. If you go up here, walk up here, and go on the other side down, that's where we just came from. Now we're back over here. But look at the way it was flowing. It almost looks like an asphalt. You know, look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Smooth asphalt kind of look to it. And there's some really cool mortar lines over here. From the bridge, when you're up here, you could see them. I think I got some pictures of them. And look at these right angles right here, right down in here. There's those again. Again, let me zoom in on those mortar lines there.
Look at that.
You can still see them real good right there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. CHEAHA does not disappoint, I gotta say. It would be a great meetup spot. It already was a great meetup spot once, and there's so much to see up there. It is incredible. And you have the pictures of the melted house, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I didn't get none of that because I've had
I got a few of those
from all the other times I was up there of that thing. I just let you do your thing. Okay, this is under that bridge, walking up on that asphalt looking stuff. You could see it was just like flowing and covering everything. And if you look closely, you can't see them really good, but right here's some mortar lines right in here. It's like 4 or 5, 6 of them. The texture of this stuff. Now this is me under the bridge. I was looking up at that stuff and then I looked down. So all under this bridge is melt.
Yep.
All of it. I mean, it just keeps going and going. It's like, I don't know if this was a wall at one time, part of the building, or a road or what, but they put the bridge right over it and left all the stuff here.
Yeah, this is a long stretch. This is the top of a wall, top of the part of the structure. It's foundationed on the melt for sure.
Yep. Now I think I looked the other way behind me after this picture. I looked back the other way. Oh, there's you. Okay. Yeah, you're examining this little melt flow here.
Yeah.
You see it cracked open on itself. It's like pulling away.
Scorchy texture. Yep. Yeah. It was eggshelling. It was sliding off eggshelling on itself.
Yep.
How hot that is.
Dean's looking at some mortar melt there.
Yep. There were 2 lines of it running right through that.
All right, let me back up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, again, just same location, just another little over more. And again, you can see how the mortar lines were getting all melty and wonky, but they're all still there.
Yep.
More mortar lines. We're still at that bridge. You can see Dean's, I think his foot's right there or something. He's under the bridge. This chunk right here is all brick. You can see it right here.
Yeah.
See if I can get in on it anymore. There you go. Look at that,
there it
guys.
is.
Look at it. Boom, baby. Red
Yeah.
motherfucking brick and white motherfucking mortar.
Right there.
Right there. Right there. It's everywhere up there. This, I've never seen more mortar lines anywhere in my life than at CHEAHA. I mean,
I know.
it's
Everywhere
incredible.
you look.
It really is.
Everywhere you look.
Another chunk of fucking white mortar right here. They call it quartz crystal, or they'll call it rose quartz because it's pinkish. It's just a brick bleeding into the mortar, the melt. That thing was crazy looking.
Yeah.
That was weird there, that right angle, how it fell out like that. I just thought that was really weird looking.
Yeah.
Like a brick. Like a brick was out. This is weird, Dean. I didn't even notice this before. Look at this circular thing right here.
Yeah.
Like it loops around. Like this is, I don't know if this is a hole or it's shadowed or what. I can't really tell because this is a shadow right here.
Right.
Looks like it's circular right here. But you can see how it's all melting down on itself. You can see that it was coming down all this way, kind of like I don't know, melted silly putty or something.
Exactly. Very hot, man. Just incredibly hot.
Yeah, it slid down and away from whatever was up here. Down this way. There's debris coming down on either side. The building melted down and went down either side, sloping down, pulling away from itself, and rolling down with the melt on every tier.
Yep.
More mortar lines. I know you're going to get sick of them after a while. More another one.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting up towards the pinnacle peak here of, it's called Bald Rock. Hold on a second. Move this over here. So they built this bridge, and I don't know if, I don't think they stacked this up to build the bridge on it. I think this is what was remaining of the very, very top of the building. Because here you're at the highest point.
Yes.
And you can look out over this cliff and stuff. But the way they just built on the melt. That's all they did.
Yep.
They didn't stack this, I don't think. This was probably
that's all original melt right there.
Yeah, it was the tippy top of the building itself. Whatever's left of it now. Again, more mortar lines. Okay, now we're getting closer over to the... Oh, yeah, I was trying to show you guys this. See the red here popping out?
Yes, look at that.
And then it goes down here. You could jump down, and here's like a little mini cave, but it's not very big. You can walk out over here. This is where I was laying down looking over the cliffside. It was right here, Dean.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember. Massive, just huge. Once you get to that cliffside, you look out, it's just it's so steep that you can see it goes on forever.
Yeah, it's majestic. Okay, so this is interesting here. We got this piece, right angle piece jutting out right here. It's very structure looking.
You can tell the blocking going underneath it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was trying to get here. I think it was because it came out and curved around. It had a weird like shape to it or something. Sometimes the pictures don't do it justice of what we were seeing, but yeah, it was like a little mini step wall here or something. It's the way it came out. It was really strange looking. Getting closer to this stuff here.
Yeah, look at that shit. Yeah, that's melt. They didn't stack that there. Look at that.
It's really easy to get around here too. It's not like it's hard. You know what I mean? There's always these little pathways and stuff. Wore out little pathways. Yeah. It's really easy to traverse it over here.
You got to watch your steps so you don't throw an ankle, but yeah, it's fairly easy to get through.
Yeah. Trying to zoom in. I gotta move my phone out of the way. There it is. There's the red.
Yeah.
You see the brick all down here. Look at that. Look at this right here.
Yep.
Boom, baby. Another crazy outcropping. This was across from us. I think we were looking down at this. I might have zoomed in or something.
Yeah.
It was a nice big chunk and it went down pretty far. Like we were definitely not getting over there to get on this thing, but this was weird. Whatever this was right here, I don't know. It looked like, I don't know, maybe like a hinge or something. I don't know what this is.
Right.
Really weird looking though. Something. And this is before I zoomed in on it. You can kind of see how far away we are from it. It just really couldn't get over to climb on this thing.
It shows you the size of it, though. You're pretty far back.
Yeah. And here you can just see how the melt's coming down from here over itself, rock curtaining down over itself, the flow of it. And that's the thing I was just taking a picture over here, but I've moved over now to this side. So this is across from me now. This chunk. Look at that, though.
Yeah,
it's just lapping over itself right here.
Yeah. There's a big tree growing up out of there.
Sure is. Yep. And it's cool because you can climb right up on this stuff, hang onto the tree, and look out over the edge and stuff. It's really, I feel comfortable up here. You know, where normally I would be like, holy crap, I'm feeling all dizzy or something. But there's enough flat surfaces and things to hold on to that I can handle all this. Okay, so here we're getting more towards the front of the cliff face. Again, you can start to see like faded mortar lines and stuff. Like there's a brick right there, like right here. I don't know. Looks like it. It's just looking back at all that. Huge, huge, huge boulders up here at this pinnacle point. It's just huge chunks.
Yeah.
And
that's about 20 feet away down there to those trees.
Hold on a second. My shit just went crazy on me. Let me reset this. There we go. Literally, the pictures don't do it justice. The depth of it and how far we were up and stuff and how just amazing it was.
Right.
Okay, now Curtis, this is for you. This is a melted curb in the parking lot that's going to these granite chunks here. You can see how it's all melty and wavy going down here. all the way down here. And this is where we were looking over the edge of the parking lot, and there's a straight wall that supports this whole fucking thing that looks like old asphalt anyway. This whole thing is brick, and this would have been a like a curb. Look at that.
Yep. Yeah, the whole top of this is almost star 40 on top.
Mm-hmm.
The layout of it.
Yep. Oh, what the heck? I was trying to get a picture of here. Zoom in and see what we see. Looks like this tree is eating some brick or something. I can't tell. It's all conglomerated up there. Okay, these are the cabins that are up there.
Oh, yeah.
I rented one of these. Steffi Davis and Patty rented one. And the next time I go up, I'm renting this one, because this one is right on the edge of a cliff. And when you turn around from where I'm standing, the whole valley and sky is right in front of you. It's just like right there. And it's just vastness. And you can see the whole sky. We're going to sit up here at night and look at, see what we see. Maybe do some filming at night. See if we can catch
gorgeous
anything.
Area. Just gorgeous.
These cabins are original, in my opinion, for sure. You can see the melt everywhere. They just put windows and doors and a roof on it and redid the inside of it. Boom. Tourism.
Yeah. The transitionings are incredible.
Yeah. Even this fire pit, original. This is, I think, cabin number 1 or 2. 1 and 2 is right here.
Yeah.
Okay, 2's down here. I'm standing at 1, and when you look out here, it's just all of the other melt in front of you. See, there's people at this cabin, so they're down the next tier from us.
Yeah.
And right behind these cabins is called it's a rock garden trail. So you just walk out your cabin and go right down the trail, and I know that trail like the back of my hand, because me and Jeremy, we went up here several times and climbed all over the rock garden trail and found all kinds of cool fucking shit.
Nice.
Yeah. And these cabins are relatively reasonable. I think, Patty, if you're still in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're like around $80 a night, maybe. I think that's what it was. We got to rent it for like 2 days at minimum. There's Dean. These cabins are nice, though. I mean,
oh, they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're all modernized inside. They got full bathroom, full kitchen, 2 queen-size beds, a nice little like a dining nook, like a like a little wooden, like it looks like a booth in a restaurant, kind of. Yeah. It's all wood. It's really cute. It's nice. There's Dean. That's looking at that. This is our vantage point from the cabin, looking over. I mean, just look at that. Could you imagine sitting out there at night? What you must see,
right,
in the sky. And when you look down over where we're at, I mean, it's just more melt all enmeshed in with the trees and stuff. All these huge boulders down here. Some of them are really, really, really blackened. I don't know if that's from the foliage being on it or it's just scorched. I couldn't tell, but it was black.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a picture of this fire pit because, in my opinion, it's original. Just my opinion. You can disagree if you want, but I think it's original. I mean, just look at this right here. Right here.
Yeah.
I like their chairs. They got these nice wooden chairs. It's very rustic, but it's very comfortable as well, because I've stayed in these cabins and I was very comfortable. I know Patty was. Patty, Steffi was. It's back side of it. You can see they got the electric in there, and it's air conditioning, heating and stuff. It's got all the amenities. This is just looking over the little edge that we're standing on next to the fire pit. You can see more melt down in here. Red brick. You can see it. It doesn't matter where you're at up here. You just look down. It's just everywhere. What was this?
Red brick.
Some more stuff popping out from where we were standing here. Yeah. Look at that.
Yep.
If we could LiDAR this whole place, this would be great. Because there's so much
that would be
leaves on the ground, so much trees and stuff. And once they start growing in, you're not going to be able to see anything. We're lucky we went now because you at least get to see stuff. Once all that grows in, forget it.
We were talking about drone. It'd be a great place for drone footage.
Okay, yeah, you're right. This is the parking lot, Dean. Remember, this is that round well-looking thing we were looking down?
Yeah.
Okay, because look, here's the parking lot. This is me in that parking lot. We showed that big one, and I said over the edge, that parking lot is sitting on a wall. It's all built out. This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is right where I fell down in the leaves when Johnny had to help me out. And see, here he went down. He went down. Okay, so here it is, guys. See this chunk of wood right here, this branch thing? I jumped down when Patty was there with me and Johnny and everybody. I jumped down into these leaves. It went right down. And I got up on this thing, but it was all moving and stuff. And Johnny was behind me and Patty, everybody's up here trying to grab me. It's crazy. But yeah, look at this wall right here. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's brick,
and you can see the parking lot is right here. This thing is under it, going all the way around. You can see the rest of it here. And then it tears down where he's at, and it goes tears down again. It doesn't slope down. It tears now.
Right.
Like a ziggurat. Or a castle. Or a starfort. There's the rest of the wall, because I came around from this side, and now I'm over here trying to lean over and get the rest of the wall in here. And here's the parking lot right here, so I'll zoom in.
Yeah.
Parking lot.
On top of a wall.
Yep. Look at that. I can't see what the chat's saying. What's everybody saying?
Oh, we've got Jamie Crane up in here, Curtis 47, Karen Contestable, Wiley.
You guys enjoying this? Put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying it. Pants on the ground's here. What's up? Where you been?
Pants on. There you are, brother.
31 people here. Jamie, yeah, anytime you see 33 in the chat, I want you to put the number 33 in the chat when you see it in the chat. So when I go back and watch this and stuff, and I'll see how many times we saw 33 in there. I'll look at all the ones we're getting. Awesome. All right, let me zoom in here. This is just Dean wandering around. I'm up on the parking lot now, and he's down on that first tier, and I was too afraid to go down here because I already sunk in the leaves once, and I don't know where you can't tell where there's holes or how deep the leaves are in certain spots, so I just filmed him walking around in awe of everything because this is literally when we first got here. Yeah. We're kind of going backwards in the pictures. Okay, so this was interesting. Now, we were over here on this side of the parking lot. Over here. We were over here. And now I'm on this side of the parking lot. And you can see more of that wall popping out from underneath the parking lot right here. Look, see, the asphalt's right over it. Look at that.
It's right there. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what this pipe thing's here for, but yeah, there it is. Popping out. Okay, so this is across the street. The pictures are backwards, guys. So cross and look at the asphalt. It's got that white chunky little chunks in it. See, it's got like little pebbles and stuff. It's like what are you gonna go? Ascrete?
Ascrete.
The Pebblecrete? It's Ascrete? I don't know. There it is. It doesn't look new. And I don't think anybody would make it like that, but there it is. And this freaking thing here looks all melted coming down here. And if we were allowed to go up here, because they had it blocked off and said they didn't want anybody up here, but there's so much crazy stuff up here to see. Patty probably remembers it because she was here. That's more of the parking lot. We came in from up here. This is the one wall we were just looking at right over this edge right here.
Yeah.
And again, the parking lot is, I mean, guys, put in the chat. What do you think? Is this asphalt? Is it some old world asphalt? Is this brick that turned to asphalt? What is this? I don't know. You tell me. There it is. Okay, so now here you can see this thing coming around the side here, and this was definitely all melted stuff. This whole thing going around here.
Oh, yeah.
And right here is that wall that we're just looking at underneath this yellow pipe thing. Here's some more pipe popping out from under here.
Yep, that's
Under
that
the melt.
terracotta piping.
Yeah. What's terracotta?
Yeah.
Terracotta means cooked earth. Terra is earth and cotta is cooked. There it is.
And it sure looks like it. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Look at that.
Yeah. You can make out some water lines right here. Some red up in here.
Hey Jen, I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, no problem. And this is right up on it, so I was just zooming in on this piece. But look at the red, guys. Look at it. Well, that's red motherfucking melted brick right there. And it's like melting into everything. Like the red is it's just bleeding out all over everything. I'd be calling this like red sandstone or red quartz or rose quartz and all this stuff. It's just red motherfucking brick. That's all it is. That's all it ever was. And that's all it will ever be. Geologist, you're fucking fired. Now this one was weird. I don't know why it's this color or whatever. I don't remember changing the color on this one. Maybe the exposure or something didn't work right on it. That's crazy looking right there. I don't know why they're that color. Maybe I was trying to change the color on it, and I don't know why I would have landed on this one, but whatever. Okay, here's a brick. I think there's some red brick color right there, right up under there. I was trying to get that. This place, I mean, you could come up here every day of the year, all year long, and you still wouldn't cover it. There's just so much. There's trails that I've never even been down on this thing yet that I need to go down and check out. I can't go down on by myself, though, because they get steep in certain spots and crazy stuff going on. You see faint mortar lines all through here. Just chunks of everything laying around everywhere. Oh, look. This is what I want to show you. Look, right here. Look at this little brick right here. Right there. Boom, baby. And then you got a right angle one right here, but this one was really red. You could see it. I can't see the chat, guys. Sorry. I'm just rolling along here with the pics. This is looking back at all this stuff. I mean, you saw it in the video earlier, but like, you know, you can just pan around here and look. You see chunks of wall sticking out everywhere. Here's a chunk. Here's a chunk. Here's a chunk, you know, and if you pull all this back and imagine it, reverse it, and you could see how it flowed down and broke away from itself and kept sliding and got stuck into the melt and stopped. But if you pull all this back and try to imagine what it looked like, it's crazy. Now look at that blob right there. That's all muffed up. I can't zoom anymore. This is a nice right angle one right here. And there's one over here behind these trees too. It's just like, it's crazy when you're up there and you get a vantage point. You could just see the melt flow. It's so cool. It really is really, really cool. I'm just kind of like taking pictures around where I'm standing because everywhere you look, it's just more and more melt debris everywhere. And see right here, like I was telling Dean earlier in the video, right between these two trees is a wall sticking out of the ground. I took Mark a lot here, Patty here, over here. I mean, it's a clear wall. You can see the brick in it and everything. Right angle. Here's another piece of it right here, but this one was really, you could see it. It was really fun seeing Dean out in the elements here and doing his thing and getting all excited and just being amazed. It brought a lot of joy to my heart to see him doing his meltology thing here. Look at this. Look. What's this? See this, like, what is this stuff called? Licum stuff or whatever? I don't know what it is. But it's all over everything and it kind of confuses stuff. But you can kind of make out some brick in here. And the wavy texture of it is what he was talking about earlier in the video. How it's like really weird and wavy. Actually, it looks like these are mortar lines running right through here and they're curving around.
Oh, yeah. I'm back, Jen.
Yeah. So the video you were talking earlier about this, these are the pictures I was taking as I think I videoed, stopped, and then started snapping pictures of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
The texture on top was incredible. It's all a molding, this whole top piece.
Yeah. Oh, shit. What did I do? I don't even know what I just did. All right, hold on. Let me zoom back out here. All right, back into the pictures here. Where was I? We did the cabins. Okay, so we're up here. I don't know how I got clicked off it. Okay, that's that one right there. I think we got to go here to this one. Oh, yeah, here's that crack you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's the cracky yak over here. He's like, look at this. It's a giant butt crack.
Yeah, it's a tight.
Dean is going in.
That's right.
He's like, stick your camera in there. I'm like, no, you do it.
There's brick.
I'll
You can
film
see
you doing
brick
it.
line. You can see brick line through it. Yeah. Brick. All of it.
All of it. Not some of it. All of it.
Yeah.
See how this is coming up? It's jutting up out of the ground because it's sliding from up here. And as it's sliding, it's kind of like pushing up as well. That's why you're seeing all these pieces. Like the one I'm standing on taking the pictures is just like this. If I go back a picture or two.
Yeah.
This thing here that we're on is sliding down and pushing upward towards the sky, just like this one is. This one right here is sliding down and pushing up. So there's something underneath this, under the ground, more of the building that is probably getting hung up on and pushing up because the melt behind it's coming down and pushing. So it's going to push that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can see how it happened.
Yeah, like you said, the pictures don't do it justice. You get out there and you can see those, just the action and the flow of the melt just laying everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing to see here, just some more mortar lines.
Yeah, look at that.
So crazy. I had my son and his old girlfriend at the time. We were over here climbing all over this thing one day. I was explaining it all to them and everything. I was like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. It was more than that. It was 5 years ago. That live stream that I aired last night from 5 years ago, and at the end of it, I said I had to go. My son and his girlfriend were almost here.
Yeah.
That's when I took them up here. So it was 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Is that a brick right there? Sure looks like a brick right there. Sure does.
Yep.
Red motherfucking brick. I'm sorry, I don't remember some of the stuff that's in these pictures. I gotta really look and see what it is that I'm trying to hone in on here. I guess it's just the craziness of it all.
Yeah. Probably that piece right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a really strange looking outcropping here. It was just really strange looking, but it was so intriguing.
Expanding up and out through the tree roots.
Yeah, look at this piece.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Now look at this. Look at this weird, like, I don't know. It looks like I don't know what this is, right? It's like a notch or something right here in it. I don't know. It's really weird, but a lot of straight right angles and stuff. It was really, very structured looking.
Yeah. Erosion is incredible, isn't it? How it can make shit like that.
Oh, yeah, right. Over millions of years. It looks like it was part of a column or something, maybe. I don't know. Like, or an obelisk even. Who knows? Some red motherfucking brick up in here.
Yep.
You can see mini mortar lines still up in here. Look, you could just little mini
yeah.
stuff over here.
Look at that. Good stuff.
Yeah. You sound like me, Dean. I'm ready to blow my nose already. Alabama allergies are crazy, right?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, just look at all this debris right here.
I know, right? Oh my
all melted into the ground, like it was all in the flow. You can see this thing here, when it was flowing down, got pushed up. It's on its way that way to the right, but it was in the flow. It was probably just coming from up here, came down and went whoop and slid upward.
Yep.
Or I could be wrong. Maybe it just came all the way down like that, but it's just crazy. It's so much. So much. It was huge. Whatever this place was massive. And you realize that it's connected to all the other mountains. It's actually like one. How can I explain it? When you're up there and you're looking out at everything, it looks like a ripple of mountains, like rolling hills, like all one after the other in a line. Like if you were above in an airplane, they would look like long straight lines of ripples of mountains. It's the beginning of the Appalachian Trail, the mountains right here.
Yep.
What's that? What is that? No way.
Little bricky.
How's that red? Strange. Very strange. Must be red motherfucking brick. Let's see here. Peel away the layers, and there it is.
There it is.
Again, just more parts of the building that seem to have come down maybe and started breaking away from themselves. Maybe this was just one piece started breaking up or something. That's the way it kind of looked to me. This one had a really weird wavy edge here and stuff, like really wonky and weird looking. This one had a really weird, this could have been like moldings, like you were saying, like parts of the building that had exterior molds on them or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because it does look like that, you know?
Because you got all these strange shapes just jutting out everywhere.
Yeah, and they're not strange. They're strange in a way that they don't look anywhere near natural. That doesn't look natural. I don't even know what natural is anymore, so there's that, but I'm just saying. Yeah. Dean breaking down the melt. What's this stuff here in the front? Trees up there are crazy.
Oh, yeah. This beautiful terrain.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I
guess a bunch of sedimentary layers just decided to come along and plop themselves right here. Sedimentary layers took millions of years to form. Selective sedimentary layers. And they selected this spot to form over millions of years. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me set my taser on jackwagon. Selective sedimentary layers. Make it make sense. Yeah, a lot of this stuff's buried. You know, you could see that it goes down. If you were able to dig this shit out, probably go like who knows how far down.
Yeah.
Definitely need LiDAR on this place for sure.
This is a nice one. It shows you the depth of how big this building is. And that looks like a molding in the front. Look at that. Stair steps up.
Yeah. Kind of make some brick out in here. I wish I changed the color on it a little bit more, but it looks like to me, I can't say for sure because I didn't go up here, but it looks like there's mortar lines under here. And like I said before, on CHEAHA, you want to look up under this kind of stuff. Anywhere you can get up under any of this, that's where you find the goods. And to me, it looks like mortar lines under here. And I say that with confidence because I've seen it up under numerous other places. And from what I can just tell right here, it definitely looks like they're pretty good ones. I don't know why I didn't notice it when I was there, but again, you can see this melt was coming over itself. It's kind of lapping over here, like it would have kept going and rock curtain down straight, but it was like solid looking piece.
Absolutely.
Is this the one we took home? I don't know if we took this one home with us. I know there's one that we picked up and took with us. I don't think it was this one.
I don't think it was that one. There was another piece you handed me, yes, but it wasn't that one.
I mean, look at this right angle right here.
Yeah.
That's crazy right there. I mean, right here, there's a right angle. Right here, there's a right angle. Right here, there's right here, there's a right angle. I thought there was no right angles in nature. But apparently there is. Well, what's this thing right here? I don't know. There's one right here. What's happening?
Right.
Like a muffed up building to me. Check the chat out, see what's going on. It keeps going away on me for some reason.
Brick Love family, good to see you all out there.
All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Hold on. Crazy Melt. Crazy Melt CHEAHA.
Look at the lines in that.
Yeah. Oh, there's that one piece again. I don't know why I kept taking a picture of that thing.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you got a backup power source for your phone when you're out there, because it'll eat up a lot of juice quick. There's just so much to see and film.
Yeah, for sure. Or have an extra phone even just to do all the video and pictures on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did that one time. I had gotten an extra, like just a regular old cheap phone, but I just did all video and pictures on it. There's that thing that you were filming earlier, Dean. It looks like a doorway, like you could have went in there like a dolmen, kind of.
Yeah, that's an aperture. You can see on the right how it expanded in, and it's cutting off that aperture, that right angle opening.
And look, it's melted together right here. If you look right here where my cursor is, you can see like it looks like this piece has these little connectors to it, like it melted to it right there. See?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry. Second thing. There we go. I'm not sure what you're pointing at there.
How the structure goes all the way up back through the trees.
Oh yeah.
The whole top of this ridge is nothing but melted building.
Hold on. What was that? Oh my God! What did I just do? Reset. I thought that was a bird right there.
The dog man.
This thing right here. I thought it was like a hawk or something. I don't know. I guess it's not. I guess we would have saw it if it was.
Yeah.
It was so quiet up there. It was crazy. Like there was nothing. No wind, no birds, no nothing.
No.
It wasn't scary quiet. It was beautiful quiet. It was just absolutely amazing, the silence. And then you hear, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, get it, Dean, get it. It was fun.
Oh yeah.
This
Slept good that night.
Yeah, right. Look at all this. This stuff was kind of jutting out like the tops of Patty G walls. There was these things that were coming out of the ground that were like, looked like they were trying to go vertical.
Yeah.
But they were kind of leaned over a little. I have no clue what I'm taking a picture of here. I'll zoom in. I guess it's just stuff coming out of the ground. Okie dokie. Okay, look at this. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right?
remember we climbed up that.
This piece right here is coming down. Just coming down over itself. Oh, God. Here, hold on.
All melted building all the way up.
All of it. So all of this would have been way, 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 way up here, guys. It's all melted. We're seeing what's left of this place. This place must have been way, way higher and way, way wider and thicker and everything. It's all melted down on itself now. All right, here we go. Oh, what's this?
Oh,
what do we got here? Oh, this is under that thing, I think.
Yeah, this is where you were crawling up in there, getting up into the underside.
The arch. Yeah, look at the brick, guys. You can see it in here.
Yeah.
1, 2. Here's a big mortar line running through here. Chunk right here. Now, Dean, you said, I thought you were in your pic. We're going to have to go back to your stuff because you threw water on some of this stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, there was some I splashed water on. I got to see if I can find those.
You can see remnants of mortar lines running all through here, kind of squishing together. You can follow them right through it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is good. I took these pictures, yeah, because this is me under the arch, and I'm yelling, Dean, you got to get in here. This is what I was seeing in front of me. And I was like freaking out because all I see is all this mortar lines, blobs of brick and stuff, more mortar lines.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for it, you won't know it's there. You got to get up under all this stuff, and it's pretty accessible. It wasn't too bad, you know.
No. Yeah, it's amazing. The texture of that too is, you can see the expansion. It's the underneath side of this too.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, again, this is me crawling under there and looking ahead, and this is what I was thinking about, seeing all this mortar and stuff. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind at all that these are fucking mortar lines. I just call them quartz crystal now because they don't want you to know they're mortar lines. And mortar lines don't fucking take millions of years to form. So there's that.
Right.
That's me looking away from that picture and looking up, out. So here I'm looking under in because I'm right between these two. And as you can see, and that's, yeah. It was just wide enough for me. I felt pretty comfortable down there. I didn't feel like, you know, oh my gosh, I have to hold on, get me out of here or anything.
Right. Yeah. Walk right down through there.
And as you can see, as you go, if you keep going straight, it's a cliff because all this is we're up high, guys. We're at the top here pretty much. So this is all down below. You can see it just tears off and drops down again.
Yeah.
That's me coming out of that hole right there.
Yep.
Another looking back at the other side of the melt, you can see here it looked like it's pretty much basically covering over itself, like a straight rock curtaining over everything.
Yeah.
It's just, you can see it just running down over itself here. And it has that asphalty look right there on the edges. You know, it's like kind of really dark and stuff. And I don't know if that's some kind of stuff from the trees and the leaves or what, but it's either way, it ran down over itself and it's covered itself all up with the melt. I don't know what I'm trying to pick. Oh, I know. We're looking over at that edge, and through the trees, if you focus, right here is a big, huge blob of something sticking out over the cliff face edge there.
Right.
We never made it down there, but we could see from where we were because it was tiered up, and then it was our tier, and then it tiered down, and then you go out to this, and it would drop down again, probably to another tier down there. Who knows how many, 50 feet maybe or something? Who knows?
Yeah.
And that's looking at over towards the other way. Where it still goes down, tears off, and drops off again. I think that's it for my pictures on that. Yeah. So I'm going to come back over here, Dean. Let's see where we're at. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you take some time to get your stuff ready, and we're going to take a little break. Does that sound good? Because I got to go to the bathroom. I got to blow my nose. I got to get something to drink.
Right on. I'm going to smoke me a quick one, and yeah, I'll have it loaded up.
Okay, yeah, and I'll throw the link out in the chat if anybody wants to join us for a little while. I'll probably stay on for like another half hour or so. Put us at the 3 hour mark. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, cool. Let me get something up here. Oh,
Dear club, everybody out there, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, guys. Got 24 people here still. Let me see what I'm going to put on. What is going on with my freaking thing? I can't scroll right now for some reason. StreamYard is acting all crazy. So this right here, guys, this little thing, this is an ape cave, okay? And this is like a red brick spot in a bigger boulder in ape cave. And this is the same stuff we're seeing all over CHEAHA.
Guys, look at that right there. Yeah, look at it. Just look at it.
Every time. But yeah, there it is. And that's ape cave is supposed to be a lava tube. And we know lava tubes don't exist because volcanoes don't exist. So there's that. And this is an ape cave too, by the way. Guys, that's a brick.
Every day of the week.
Every day of the week. All right, let me find something here. Something long enough for me to do what I gotta do. What do we got? Guess we'll go with this one here. It's 4 minutes long. 4 minutes sound good, Dean?
Sounds great, sweetheart.
All right, here we go, guys. We'll be right back. Meltology is the study and exploration of melted structures that were damaged during an extreme heat event that apparently took place in our not-so-distant past. We're talking temperatures well above 6,000 degrees. The evidence is all around us. You just can't miss the melt. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired. The word mountain has no standardized geological meaning, so there's that. Meltology 101. Boom, baby. Tardy glue buffet right here. A successful woman is a woman who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others have thrown at her. I don't have haters, I have fans in denial, baby. This is a jackwagon free zone. How many people were in the car when JFK was assassinated? Boom, baby. Boom, baby. CFM, you remember that last picture that just came up if you're watching. That's when we were out and I went out to visit CFM and Jeannie a few years back, and we were at a restaurant, and there was these guys there. We were asking them about JFK because I think all four of them were military. A couple of them were anyway, but they were all around the same age, and they knew about JFK, so.
Right.
So you got that picture. All right, Dino, what do you got going on here?
All right, let me bring this up here. I sent you a bunch of stuff. I'm going off of that, what I sent you.
Uh-huh.
And that's of that area where we pulled over. And And I got out and walked around up there.
All right. All right, so this is the story is on this place here at CHEAHA is that this is made from the oh god, what was it? It's not like Army Corps of Engineers. It's this other thing.
Right.
For these guys, Civil Engineer Corps or whatever, they came and supposedly put this in, put the cabins in, all this stuff like that. Clearly, it's a melted building. Okay, it's got front steps, all kinds of stuff. It's melted, but they say it's a retaining pond now. Okay, and here it is. There's water coming out of the front steps of this thing. I've crawled all over this thing many times, and it might be a retaining pond now, but that's not what it originally was.
No. Well, this is one area. This isn't that. It was when we were out walking around.
Cabins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the cabin area. Some more.
Everywhere you look over every edge is just more melted building popping out everywhere.
Yeah.
That's on top of Bald Rock. So this is like the apex pinnacle peak of this building right here.
Yeah. You got this chevron looking piece down below here.
Mm-hmm.
Expanded up.
There was a lot of border lines right here where we were sitting.
Oh, yeah. There's that piece when we pulled off when we were leaving.
Oh, yeah, yeah. These things were crazy. So we pull over. We're leaving out from where we were in the car, coming down the road. And I've always passed this chunk of rubble right here, but I could never stop because every time I come up here, there's a bunch of other people up here, and there's nowhere to stop on this road. You got to keep going. And if you stop, you don't have to stop. There's nobody up here this day, and we got out, and I was checking it out. I don't know what this stuff is, but it was definitely melted, but it had all these numbers on it and stuff, had these beveled out edges that looked like it had slid, the other piece would have a concave edge, and this has a beveled out edge. I don't know if I'm saying it right or whatever, but it looked like it interlocked like Puma Punko.
Right.
Stuff. Pretty crazy. Look at this stuff. It's laying on the side of the road.
Yeah. Right off the side of the road. That's looking down through that crevice that you were crawling through.
Okay. There's a big mortar line there. Go back. And on top of it. Yeah, look on top there. There's the big mortar lines right there.
Yeah. Hold on. I thought I sent you more. But yeah, this is the front.
Oh, I got in the water here because I took my shoes off and got in the water. Water was really nice. I just wanted to get my feet wet. He's like, turn around real quick. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is expanded melted building down in here. All of it.
It's a melted, muffed up building. Gotta love it. So this whole thing was a building. This whole thing that they're calling a mountain is a building. And here is a piece of the building that survived. Pocket of survival.
Yep.
I mean, if this is a retaining pond, you're going to put fucking front steps in it? Steps, really? Why not just have it be a waterfall, like just straight down or whatever? You can see this shit's all melted and muffed up just like everything else.
Yeah. And even back here in the trees, you can see structure back in there.
Mm-hmm. And those steps are pretty big. And it looks like Mark Galat was up here with us. He agreed too. Each one of these tiers up here up top look like they were column, like they went up higher, and these would have been windows. Okay, right. So here's the front door with the steps, but all these things right here would have went up higher, and there probably was like windows right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Every day of the week.
Fascinating, because this right here, it goes all the way back around. I'd say about 40 yards, about 40 yards back, and it's all retained in.
Now, I have an interesting story about this. When me and Jeremy went up here a few years back, we tracked because it hadn't rained in over a week. Now we just had rain recently, okay? So I could see that the flow of the water is more than when Jeremy and I went up and it hadn't rained in over 7 days. But there was water there. It was trickling out and stuff. I said, Jeremy, we need to come up here and track this water back. We're already at the top of the fucking mountain building. It can't be that far. Where is this water coming from? So we went back behind this thing and followed it all the way back through the woods and everything. There was just this little tiny spot on the ground with water coming out of it. At the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, this was just on the drive out. You know, we're going along the road and boom, this is right there.
And their narrative is those people came up here and built this, just for this. I don't think so.
No. Yeah, but those are what I found so far that I sent.
That was good.
I got other stuff that's not from CHEAHA. Do you want to wait on that for another stream?
No, you can bring it up. We'll go through it. I'll throw the link in the chat, see if anybody wants to come on with us for a little while. It's where are we at here? We're at 2 hours and 46 minutes. Anybody want to come on and hang out for like a little while? Maybe like 20 more minutes or so. Here's the link.
Now this is one I took today and posted it up in Melted Red Brick University. And I think I sent you these, Jen. Oh,
yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at them now.
Right. Now, this is actual wartime footage, World War II.
Is this Okinawa?
Yeah, these are, well, I'm not sure. It's in the South Pacific somewhere.
Right, right.
But here they are going into the beach, and the beach is melted building.
Yeah, sure is.
Aperture right there.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, Patty, do you remember? Of course, I know you're going to remember when we were walking around your cabin, you and Steffi and me, we were walking around the back side of it and all that shit we found. That's crazy. Look at that. Go back. Can you go back to that picture?
Which one? This one?
Oh, some flat. What's that?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Massive area looking down. And this is old world. We look at the water line.
That's
this
all
is all
building.
building.
That's all building. Yeah.
All of it.
Ah, that's crazy.
And then we got this wall feature right here that comes in from this side.
Is this where they dropped the bomb? Is that what this is?
Yeah, this is
war.
Nagasaki
or Hiroshima. That's what this is.
This is war footage, yeah. But looking down on the melt, and you can see how big it is and the structure in it. Look at that.
Yeah. That's crazy looking, the coastline there.
Yeah. And this is even...
Those arches.
Yeah.
See those arches down there? Wow.
Where at?
Right on that wall there. See it?
Oh, right there. Yeah. Boom, boom, all in there.
Boom, baby. I got to drop for that somewhere.
Let me see if I can find this one. Here it is right here. Now, this is war footage. This is a picture taken from when they were storming this beach. Okay. Now here's the beach. You see the boats going in, right?
Right.
Okay, there they are. They're going in, and they're going to the beach. And we got this berm here in the front where all the tanks are right here. Boom. But then we have this in the back. Now, if we look at this right here, this is all, you can see lines in it. And most people are going to go, well, it's just a fucking beach. Well, for most it is, but let's go like this. I'm just going to pan, and you look at the difference when we get to it. And you'll see it right off the bat. It'll be coming to your right.
Okay.
You see it?
Was it a train car or something? What is that? What is that thing?
These are the soldiers on this here.
Yeah.
And then we go here. This could be the front of the ship that they're on, this piece here.
Okay, well, wow.
But
Yeah.
it looks melted. It looks like a bunker.
Wow.
But all this back here is structure.
That's crazy.
The texture even up here, up top. You see lines, you see color differential, you see apertures. And these places were littered with tunnels,
Yeah.
Another angle looking off this. This is the front and the structure here.
Oh, look at that.
I like
That's
these old
weird.
black.
That's like a little kid tank or something. What is that?
Yeah, this is World War I. But I'm looking past. I'm looking up here.
This little gun it has. Who's this tank for? Midgets?
Yeah,
The
right.
midget wars? What's going on here?
But that's all building in the back, just trying to get the, yeah.
Look, that's the arch that we crawled under, except that's not melted down like the one we went under.
Right.
Think about it. Yeah. That's crazy.
See how hot that is.
Yeah. Who's building melted arches? This was a really nice. Now, just look at the debris there on the ground, and imagine this. We're at CHEAHA.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Cover this with dirt and just leave parts of this sticking out. That's exactly what we're seeing at CHEAHA.
Yeah. Looks like the same texturing too, and the same color.
Boom, baby. Wow, look at that.
This is the Reichstag after the fire. But a lot of these
old false flag event, in case you don't know, guys. They started that fire just so they could say they have war.
Yeah, exactly. But all this old footage like this, I get into it and you see it, the columns. It may be all bombed out or whatever, but you can still see the structural design. In spots, you can still see the heat damage, the C-14. It's old world building, that's for sure.
$100%.
Renditioning, old world melt.
Looks like they bombed the fuck out of it. Doesn't look like it was on fire.
Yeah.
Fire don't do that shit.
No. These old footage here.
Do you see this shit? Hold on. Let's zoom in on these chumpies right here in the front. You got a woman here with her hand up on her hip, hanging out with all these dudes, right? And these dudes, I don't know. This guy's holding his hand right, hidden hand right here. Wow. That's crazy.
This is Soviet Army, but the building in the back.
It does not look like fire did this, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
No.
It's like some tanks had some fun with this thing or something. Look at how big this stuff is. Look how small they are.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder they got rid of all this shit.
Look at this fucking collar.
So little. Good night, Curtis. I love you.
Hey, Curtis.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're massive buildings, just fucking huge.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
All old world. They may have been bombed and shot at and all that, but the melt is the melt. The renditioning back here, the size of all of this. the melt in the block. Huge columns.
Wow.
Transitioning, heat damaged. It's all bricked up back here. You can see it's heat damaged. Columns, everything's torched.
What's that right there? Yeah, that. Just this. Okay, now this is good here. Let's just pause it right here for a second. Maybe pull it up a little. Go up just a tiny bit. No, the other way. Up. Yeah, pull it up that way. Okay, stop. Now, as you can see here, there's some kind of a scene going on of a statue. Okay, you got the statue. You got a leg. It looks like maybe even a leg right there in the front, bent over. Right? You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Think of Vesuvius and what I found in Vesuvius, and that whole scene there where the texture of the wall itself and where the statue head is in Vesuvius. I said it looked like there was more than just the statue head. It looked like a whole scene of something got melted, and it looked just like that because even there it looks like a knee that's bent over.
It is.
It's very similar to what you see in Vesuvius.
Yeah, head.
Buildings have statues.
Shoulder, arm, hand.
Mm-hmm.
Setting down in the water, leg.
Yeah, I think I might have to bring that up even.
Some kind of a crest going on here. You got 3 of them, one here, one here, one here.
Interesting.
You got half of a person here.
Half of a half naked person?
Yeah, another one over here in the melt. In the expansion. Statues, renditions in the expansion, in the melt.
All right. Oh, you're in the studio, Patty? Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed that. Hold on. I'm so sorry, Patty. How long have you been sitting there? Hey, welcome.
15 minutes.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
Maybe about 10. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe
sorry.
10 minutes. That's all right. And then I'm trying to type to you and look at I put Meltology 102.
I know. That's what caught my attention. So it's good that you did that. I'm like, 102.
Hey, Patty. Good to see you, sweetheart.
Great pictures. Both of you. Great pictures tonight. Yeah.
Thank you. Just showing you the size of these tanks to the building. Old world.
Patty, what did you think of CHEAHA when you were up there with us?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. The last picture you showed, I think, was probably, I always call it the top of a castle when you see those things like that. The one that has the pond, that's the last pictures you were showing. So you followed it up, you said, and all it was just water coming out of the ground?
Yeah, it got narrower and narrower and smaller. And finally, it just was just a little trickle out of like grass, you know?
So then that narrative is true then. The nuns in school always told us the river starts at the top of the mountains. So
yeah.
They were right on that note,
mountains
right?
Mountains. The plumbing's still working.
Oh, my God.
And I do remember being up there with my son Ryan a couple of times and pulling off the side of the road where you just see water pouring out of the side of the rock of the mountain, right? And I went right over and got some and drank it. It was like pure, clean water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to have another meetup up there.
Yeah, that'd be something, huh?
Run a whole bunch of cabins, you know?
Yeah. Now, Dean, you're going to be able to meet Mark finally, right? I mean, I know
Looking
obviously
forward to it.
Being on screen all the time. Yeah. And Johnny Cool.
Oh, absolutely. Johnny Cool as well.
Nice. It's so nice to sit down and talk. Go do boots with people that get it. That's why I'm excited about Saturday because I didn't do
Saturday's going to be killer, Patty. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Good time. Weather's going to be nice.
Yeah. I wish you were there, but you'll be up again.
For all that snow stuff, man.
Oh, I know.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let's go in that library and check it out. They got heat in there. Little ass was freezing. Like, yeah,
I know. I didn't go in the winter. It was too cold for me.
We had to sign this waiver like that we could film in there, but you weren't allowed to film anybody's like face. You had to kind of like, if somebody was coming by, you had to kind of like go like this and around them. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The woodwork in there was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now, these soldiers right here, they're positioned up against a wall. But look at this wall.
All muffed up.
Yeah.
Look at this straight edge piece that he's kneeling behind right here.
Mm.
The texture of the wall is heat damaged, cooked out.
Yeah, it looks like pebblecrete.
You can even see brick right here. Expanded out building, wall, straight edge. Here's the other side of it here. The texture of it. You can see the C14 in it, the scorching.
Yeah, the one behind it, you can still see the bricks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. Wow.
I outlined the melt here. This is all bombed out and stuff, but this is all old world melt. This is the shit that's still intact, but you can see it's brick, it's structure, it's melt right here. Viscous.
Now look at all those little apertures, those windows right there where your cursor was. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like real small now. They were bigger for sure.
Rode out 1, 2, 3 across. All right, there's this one. Another wartime footage, and we're looking at, I outlined it here. We got the road here with the ambulances, the traffic right here, war footage. But then we have this chunk in the front right here. It's all crystallized brick. All this in the foreground over here is crystallized structure. Got an arch feature right there. Here it is without the lines.
I mean, they're telling us that this is all from war, but how do we know? They're just coming in and cleaning it up. Who cleaned up all this and where did it all go anyway?
Yeah.
How do you show this? Oh, this is destroyed from war. Okay.
That looks just like the thing that was on the video the other night that I was watching, the San Francisco earthquake. It's all ruins like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is huge. This is all, I mean, and this is the early 1900s or mid 1900s, 1940-ish. You know, 100 years before that was 1840 something. They didn't have the technology, and this was here back then. I'm sure of it. Way back in the 1800s, 1700s, and before. Brick right here, bombed out, but we've got turned out brick.
Red motherfucking brick. Every day of the week.
We can see it over here too. See all this rubble, all this destruction here. We get into the brick right here, and we can see it's getting muffed up right here, all the way through here, and then we get down to this right here. And we got stucco. The shell of the brick, the stucco right there, a patch of it. Yeah, pointing it out there. Pointing it out there.
There's just so much brick. It's even on the ground. There's so much brick everywhere. I mean, you need a whole nother planet to build all this stuff. Where did all this brick come from?
Yeah.
And mortar.
Looking at the melt here on this side, old world structure. They're hiding behind it. All of this up here is old world building. All of it. The size again of these fucking places.
There's only one reason for war and going around and destroying this shit. That's it. Think about it, man. War doesn't even make any sense. We're going to kill everybody and destroy all the stuff. And then you got to come in and clean up and rebuild and do all the. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Got to have some other ulterior motive here.
Yeah. You can see how big the buildings are in the back. This is down to
massive.
It's all just melted. It's all blown out, crystallized structure. Yeah, Tom. Rest in peace, brother.
He loves that melted wall. He's like
he-
hugging the whole thing all the way around. Can't leave his hands off of it.
No.
He even looks at it at one point. He touches it and looks away from the camera and looks at the wall. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm talking about this wall right here. We got a little secret. Not too many people know about it, and somehow we get around it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what he says in the song. I was like, Tom Petty knows. I mean, anybody who really picking apart that thing, it would tell you he's looking at the camera and he's looking at the wall. And then he's touching the wall. He's like molesting the fucking wall. Like, hey, guys, I'm talking about this brick wall right here.
Boom, baby. That's what I got for tonight.
That was good, Dean. I love fun.
I'll come back just in case. Patty might have something. I don't know, but
No, I'm going to be going to bed. I saw you threw out the link, so I grabbed it for a few minutes. But I did some boots today.
Nice.
I went up to Hudson, New Hampshire, and I got there and I filmed this chapel last year, and that was the chapel that Curtis first started seeing the nodes on. Well, I pulled into this place because I want to go check out the cemetery that's adjacent to it. And I pull in and they have these I don't know what you call them. I think it's called a lull. You know, it like booms out and they're going to do work on the sun. Well, what they've done, I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but there was two guys there. So I said to them,
two guys. You need 5 guys.
Well, I said, yeah. I said, what are you doing to the chapel? And he said, we have been told we have to do a complete redo on the whole building. I couldn't believe it. They were only there for about 10 minutes and they left. So I went down to the cemetery that's adjacent to it. I took some pictures there a little bit, but I wanted to get back to the building. They have all the scaffolding up all over the place, all around it, right? And they must have sandblasted it. Isn't that what they do? I mean, and they really pulverized, like where some of the big balloon rocks were, they're like smooth. And they sandblasted out all that puffy mortar that shows up sometimes. It's all gone. I went right up to it. It's about this much into what's left, you know, the blocks and the rocks and stuff. And at one part, they've started to repoint it. So I was stepping all over mortar, all over the ground, you know, that they had. See, and I put that on my regular Facebook page last year too when it was on. And that's the third place that I've gone to and said where I was and what I was doing, the research, etc. And I went back. This is the third building now from different locations, and they've redone it. They've sandblasted one down in Lawrence.
So they're redoing your stuff. Other places are blocking off parking lots, saying you can't park there, fencing off other shit. All the places you guys been going. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a coincidence, okay?
Sometimes it's good. It's not to say, you know, it's good not to say exactly where you are because they get a hold of it and they say, oh, they're onto that one. We got to fix that. So I couldn't believe it. So I filmed there for about an hour. And that's the place in the woods where the big X was. It was still there. I found a couple of other oddball things that I filmed too. And I don't want to do it now, but maybe on another show, I'll show it, you know, and yeah, definitely. But I can't believe they did that it's had to hide everything, you know? Yeah. They took out the original. I think they were oak, those big oak doors, you know, big giant doors. They put up plywood and a white metal door with doorknobs. I went,
Yeah.
You gotta
Welcome
be
to the short
shitting me.
season of Satan, because that's what you get.
I know. I couldn't believe it.
Well, the oak doors, you know, all this stuff, massive, whatever. It's
Yeah.
none of it makes sense.
No, I know. I know.
What really doesn't make sense is that we don't even build that way. Oh, wait, we're in the short season of Satan and we got like this much time left. Of course, we're not building like that. And that
Right.
makes sense too. Why are we not building like that? We have the equipment today to do it. Why don't we? It's because we don't have to. We don't need to. The shit's out almost over. All the pieces are going back in the box from the game, and we're at the end of the book. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he called it a complete restructuring. That's what the guy told me it was. A complete restructuring. I said, "Oh, really?
Really?
I couldn't wait till they left, and then I went from the cemetery
Stuck
right
in
back
there,
to
Patty.
the building."
I was there. Me and you'd be sneaking in between that scaffolding.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm all about sneaking in. I never get caught either. So. I'm not like, you know how some people you hang out with, everything they do, they get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never get caught.
I don't either. I don't either. And I go, there was a no trespassing sign? Oh, I
What?
didn't see that. You're kidding. I was looking for my
Patty, I
little
thought you
dog.
lived here. You don't live here? What are we doing here? Let's go. Next block over.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it's going to be fun when I come up. I can't wait for us to go out and do that and
In
hang
the
out.
spring. Yeah. That'll be
So
fun.
you don't have any other girls with you up there. It's just you and the guys. So
I know. That's what I said. I'm going to go see the guys on Saturday.
Right?
But it's just so
Oh,
fun to be, you talk to people about other people like you that get it. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah, it's so
just like the
it's
space
so-
thing. I mentioned something, you know, about the landing. I said, that's all a bunch of bullshit. And
yeah.
so that was the end of that. You know, what are you going to do?
You pick apart movies when you're watching movies and stuff. I mean, it's so hard to contain.
Oh, yeah,
yourself.
absolutely.
Did you see that? Hold on, I gotta
Absolutely.
pause it and rewind.
Yeah.
Let me
You
get my
can't
camera.
help it because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
No.
Or like I'll just randomly. I don't really watch TV. Like say if I'm watching something, right?
I don't really
There's
either.
a
Just
girl on
movie or
there
something once in a
supposedly, and
while.
she's going, looking up for something. Next thing you know, you see this Adam's apple fucking fucked up
I
trach
know.
wheel shaped thing
I
moving around
know.
in her neck, and
Yeah.
she's supposed to be like some hot sex symbol or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
even if we
she's
have the
funny
news
guy.
on, there's a woman that does the news locally here. The weather woman, and I went, I'll say to him, that's a man. That's a guy.
Yeah.
What? I said, it's a guy. I'm telling you.
Every day of the week. You know,
Yeah.
the thing is crazy is that, you know, people can't even see, like they don't even know how to decipher.
Right.
If you stick a lipstick, high heels, earrings, and, you know, a bra on or something with a dress, that doesn't make it a woman. There's
That's right.
telltale features in their, even with their feet, the way they're standing and stuff.
Yeah.
No matter how hard they try, you can always see it if you know.
Yeah.
But they have everybody so skewed from all the Hollywood pinup girls, all this
Yeah.
stuff like that. They were all training men.
Yeah.
They want you to do the most foul and disgusting stuff and go completely against and opposite of the natural order of things, which is man, woman, child.
Right.
Men are supposed to be inherently attracted to women, not men. Okay? Just the way it is.
Right.
You know, years ago, I was watching a Fox News feed, and there's a very prominent reporter, female, and she was on a panel. And this is live TV. During their little talk, that bitch turned green.
What?
Yeah. She
Really?
was the only one. She was the only one that turned green. And the dude that was sitting beside her on the panel when she turned green and the feed's going, he was kind of like, looked at her like, kind of
Looked
like,
at her weird,
"Oh,
yeah.
you're green, bitch." And she went, like, shut the fuck up.
Huh?
Yeah.
And
What
then
do
they
you
went
mean
to a
green? Like a
commercial.
little green, gray green, sort of
Well, you
tannish?
remember on Star
green?
Trek? Remember that green lady on Star
Reptilian. Yeah.
Trek? That green.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
crazy.
there was a couple of things way back when on YouTube that they took them down a long time ago. But it was people like newscasters and that, and they would all of a sudden change, or half of their face and the eye would
Yes.
change, and you'd see, and we were like,
Did
"Oh
you
my
see that
god!"
one reporter
This
where a
is
snake
before the
tongue came out
AI
of his
stuff.
mouth?
I
There was
remember
one
that.
black guy reporter. And he's all
Yeah.
trying to talk and say something. Next thing you know, his freaking little lizard tongue comes flying out of his
Comes
mouth,
out.
and he's
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get it back
another
in.
one.
Or
Yeah, yeah.
that was
He
weird.
caught
You
a
know what I'm
fly
talking
or
about,
something.
Dean?
And then I was flying back from Philly, coming back from a convention one time. And I think I showed him on the first Supernatural show that you did. And there was this guy, this nice looking black guy, and he's walking back and forth. And he'd walk over to the counter in the airport. We were waiting to get on a plane. And we had like a 3-hour, layover. So I watched this guy. I didn't feel like reading. I didn't feel like doing anything. So I'm just watching people. I like to watch people doing stuff and figure out who's who, right? So he kept coming over to the counter and going. He had a laptop. He put his laptop down, and he's not looking at the laptop. He's like looking straight ahead like this. And the whites of his eyes, like something was wrong. I said to myself, he's not real. Something's about him. He's not real. It was freaking me out. So I watched him for about a half an hour. Then he'd walk away. He'd go sit down the other end. Then he'd come back with his laptop and do the same thing again. And the whole time he's typing, he's like this, the same expression on his face. I have pictures of him, and his eyes just were not real. Yeah. No, this is like maybe.
I would have went over and said, "Dude, are you real?"
6 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah. Are you real or not? Who knows what he'd do? But this is the payoff. This is the payoff. So we get. They called whatever section I was sitting in, not the fancy section, the regular section. So I watched for when he was going to get called. He was supposed to be going on, I think, right before me. So I'm watching him. Is he supposed to go on? I never saw him again. He just disappeared like into thin air. He was gone. Yeah. He was gone. He never boarded the plane, because once I get on there, I'm looking all around to see where this guy.
He could have been like one of those Westworld people.
I don't know.
That'd be.
I don't know. It was freaky.
I think there's a mixture of a lot of things happening. It's not just one or the other. I think there's Westworld robots running around.
Yeah,
they've been around. Okay, been
for a while. Yeah,
I think there's the reptilians who are disguising themselves as humans, running around with these crazy fake masks on that we see everybody running, like you can see the line around their neck and stuff.
Yeah.
Then you get the hologram people who you're watching them on TV and then their legs disappear as they're walking across something or something weird like that. All the holographic. They're running everything at once.
Yeah.
And we can't nail any of it down, but we know none of it looks right. You know what I mean?
Right. Something's off. Right. I
mean, really, has any of us ever met any of these people? How do we even know any of these people are real?
I don't even know that. Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, no clue. I've never seen
books
these
like
people
Dolores
before.
Cannon and some of these other people, even Ruth Montgomery, who first wrote Death and Dying years ago when I was in the medical field. Dean, you must know that, Death and Dying and the different steps.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pass, acceptance and all that. When she wrote that book, she wrote a couple of other ones, and one of them was They Walk Among Us. It's an old paperback. I have
remember
it
that
still.
book.
Yeah. And she talks about they've integrated with us a long time ago.
Yeah.
They've been with us for a long time. We don't know the difference.
Just like Training Man. And I titled one of my videos that They Walk Among Us, They Always Have. Because when you look back at the pinup girls like Marilyn Monroe and all these people all the way back, they've always been Training Man. We're just noticing it now, and it's easier to pick out now and stuff, but they have always been among us.
Yeah.
Oh, they come back as new people. They'll be famous for this and that, and then they'll supposedly die. And then some new person comes up on the scene for whatever, and they very similar to the person that supposedly died.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they say, oh, so-and-so, like somebody from Hollywood was sick, and then they come back, and you look at them and you go, that's not the same person. Or like a basketball player, for instance, something like that. Somebody, I don't know what it was on the news, and they said, oh, he looks a little bit different. Yeah, sure. He looked a lot different. Yeah. It wasn't the same guy.
You know how many Hillarys they got? When she was running against Donald Trump, they had at least 5 Hillarys at any given time.
Yeah.
Go in one door, come out another Hillary, She'd be like, this one's breaking down and it's not working.
Half dead one thing, and she comes out an hour later and she's like, oh, she's fine. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that one when she took that drink, that chai something. She's like,
I remember that.
Yeah. Well, when I saw the movie years ago with my kids, Mrs. Doubtfire, with Robin Williams, and he dresses up like the woman, the nanny, whatever, to mind the kids and that. Right. When I saw him whipping on those masks and those fake boobs and the whole fat suit and everything, I knew then. I said, if they're showing that to us in a Hollywood movie,
they're telling us,
if they're showing us that, what can they really do? And for how long have they been doing that?
And check this out. If they could throw fake boobs on them and stuff like that, they have the fake bellies.
Yeah.
Serena,
Oh, of course they do.
Serena
A
Williams,
pregnancy?
Sir,
Oh, yeah.
like Serena,
Yeah.
Serena
Yeah.
Williams is a Sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sirs don't have the equipment to have babies, yet
Right.
Serena had a baby. Are you kidding me? And they always
Right.
have very public pregnancies on the cover of Vanity Fair, holding
Yeah.
their
I
fake
know.
baby. They would convince you that that is really a female and she can have a kid. Why would they do that? Because
Right.
the name of the game is deception. And
Mm.
you are to go forth and deceive. It doesn't matter how you deceive, what you deceive, but they have an agenda with their deception. They want to deceive you into thinking that that abomination that's really a man is a woman and it's actually having a child. And that's your reality. Michelle Obama, the Obamas, that's not their kids. They're not a heterosexual couple.
No.
No.
They're just somebody's kids that they paid the people. We're going to use your kids for about 8 years, you know.
Yeah.
While
So
he's
what
in
they
the
do
White
is
House.
get you to accept that that is a heterosexual couple in the White House. They did have those children. So you're under a deception. That's all one big lie. And not only that, you're accepting it as what it is, which is a complete lie and an abomination. It goes completely against God and everything. It's
Well,
about
if you're
being.
going to accept who they're portraying to be, then you're going to accept all the bullshit that they're doing. You know.
Yep. It's all meant for the
And all
children.
of that stuff ties in with all the pedophilia and the underground shit that still continues to go on, and all this horrendous stuff.
On and on and on and on.
All the satanic stuff. It's just
Oh yeah, it is
mind-blowing.
horrific what's happening. I mean, I can't even begin to go there and talk about that stuff because we can take it down. But
you get thrown
literally,
off. Right.
it's so crazy what's going on underground with these tunnels and moving people around and all this stuff.
Yeah.
We really don't even know the full scope of it.
No, we don't.
We really don't. But we definitely know that they love the innocence, and the most pure innocence are the babies. That's why they want the younger, the better. The younger, the more innocent. And that's what they want to do. They want to sacrifice that. You know, this is what they do with their rituals and all this stuff like that. It's disgusting. It really is.
I know.
But we'll all be out of here soon. It'll be over.
Yeah, I guess
Alrighty,
so.
let's go. My mental bags are packed. I'm out. All right, guys. So we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I don't think I'm gonna go out with a song tonight because I'm kind of tired too. Patty, I'm really glad you got to join for a little while. Definitely.
Not long, but just to say hi. And Dean, I'm really glad you're getting to go out and do boots a lot and stuff. That's awesome.
Oh, Patty, it's opened up for me down here. Jen's been a blessing.
I know.
You know, it's so much fun. Just a new place, new vibe, and it was great seeing you with Freya and Jen the other night. That was a really fun stream, Patty.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That was. Daryl Davis, are you just getting here? You are way tardy. We're
you're gonna have to rewind.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
Get to rewind, buddy. All right. Well, like I always say, guys, the only thing that evil needs to prevail is for good men and women to stand by and do nothing. And so let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you guys. And we are out of here.
Night.